And we are live. Hello, hello, everybody.
Hey guys, hey chat. The beautiful randoms in the
Hi,
casa.
Brandon. How are you? What's going on? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Let's see if
Love,
anybody can.
love our
This is the
random.
late. This is the late night show.
We're the night owls.
Apparently, apparently we are. Um,
It's so funny. I get more energy at night.
Sometimes I do too. Like it's weird because that's when I would get all the stuff done when the kids went to bed, and like I'd have like a cup of coffee or like I don't know a soda or something, and I'd just be like, okay, got to go to the grocery store, got to get cleaning done. It's just so much easier.
hmm That's why I love to work nights.
Let's see here. Hey, Chuck. Good morning, Chuck. That's right. It is morning. Happy New Year's Eve, guys. It is New Year's Eve. Hi, Just John. How you doing?
Nice.
Welcome in. Let's give it a couple of minutes. See who comes in. I figured you guys would still be up. We are of the like mind in this chat over here.
We're the night owls. Oh my gosh, this my dog is like trying to. She's like all over me. I'm like, just sit
Um,
here.
isn't it going to be a? Do you guys know? Is it a full moon for New Year's Eve this year?
Oh, I don't know. Good question.
That would be why everybody is esta loca la cabeza.
There you go. That would be
Uh.
exactly. Well, for some, not all. Some are just looking like a vessel because.
That's funny.
Just John, he's a night owl with us, huh? Just John.
Hi, Dave. Are you new? Happy holidays to you. I don't know if I've seen you over here, Dave. Welcome. How are
Yeah,
you?
welcome, Dave. Happy to have
To
you.
the late show. The late show.
I don't like. Yeah, Dave is new. I've never seen Dave. How was everybody's day? Everybody's
Hey.
Saturday.
Uh, there's no snow right now. No, no snow. It's global warming. It's been unseasonably warm, but that's okay.
I know it was kind of sad we didn't get snow on Christmas, but it's okay.
Mm. Hey, Court. What's up, girl?
Hey,
How are
Court,
you? Oh, I just dropped something. Hold on.
the stunning Court.
How you doing? Where is she?
Why I can't see the chat?
You
Why
can't?
I'm only going by who you're saying's in here.
Oh, go do what you usually do so you can see it.
Yeah, but then it kicks me out.
No,
Remember
it
it did
doesn't. It
last
didn't do
time.
it last night.
No, last night I clicked on it and it kicked me out. It was out of nowhere. The
Well,
chat
try it
just
and see.
started popping up.
Hang on. Try it and see if it'll. Don't hit. You know what you don't do?
Oh, there we go.
Don't hit the back button. Don't hit the back. The down. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you don't hit that because that's what boots you out. That's the
Okay.
problem.
I think I got it. I swiped to the left
Okay.
and the chat popped up. Yay. Okay. Now I can see everybody.
Court says happy birthday. Yes, it actually. Well, it's
Thank you,
actually
beautiful
technically.
Court.
So
I'm
yeah, it was technically your
technically,
birthday.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm technically 51 now. I've been married
Mm-hmm.
32 years, guys.
Her birthday anniversary all in one day. That's a lot. Did
Yeah.
you ever feel like you got shafted because like you got married on your birthday, or did you pick your birthday for a reason?
Well, I picked my birthday because my I didn't want to be like because when I it's a really long story. I don't even
Oh,
know how if I want
oh,
to get into it. It's
okay.
I
Don't you have
we
to?
picked we did pick that day, but for good reason.
Right. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Okay. I
But
got
it
you.
was okay. So I was like, that's okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll share my birthday with my
Well, it
anniversary.
is a special day. It's a very special day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Well, we had a good time. You and I had a good time last night on panel. But everybody that came in, like I was saying, like thank you so much to everybody that came in. And if you missed last night's live, you can certainly listen to the replay. We had fun. We were laughing. We were just kind of like reminiscing. Yeah, it was really chill. Chuck said,
Yeah,
"How
it
was your
was
birthday?" Yeah,
nice.
how was your birthday?
My birthday was amazing. Thank you, Chuck. I spent it with my husband and my daughter. Thank you. Oh, Amanda. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at Random. Random says, don't ever sweep up mashed potatoes in a dustpan. I have a mess on my hands. Poor
Oh my.
Random.
No, don't 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 gargle with peanut butter and do not sweep mashed potatoes in a dustpan. Oh my gosh.
Poor Random. Sorry, Random. Yeah, I had a good day. We went to breakfast and then we went on a hike and then spent the evening with my daughter and two of my grandkids, and it was
Oh,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
good. Sometimes it's
super
nice
cozy.
just to do that and not have to do a
Well,
big production, but just like do normal stuff and not have to do anything else. No cooking, no cleaning.
yeah,
That's the nice part. Yeah.
we planned to go out to eat and then a movie, but after our hike, we were like, let's just chill. We were just more cozier doing that. So
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad for you. I am. I'm really
yeah,
glad for you. That's like everyone's like, what are you guys doing for New Year's? And I'm like, we're just going to probably order out and just, I don't know, like it's like the lull after Christmas. We're going to do a big dinner here on Monday night because I have other family that's in from out of town. So I get to see that side of my family who I only probably see once a year. So they're all going to come over and we're going to have all the kids here and everything. So we're going to do like a big New Year's Day dinner before everybody goes back to school and work the next day. So that's good. So
yeah.
we're just going to kind of chill out tomorrow night. You know what I mean? We don't like to go too far anymore. It's funny. I sound like an old person. Like you don't want to drive too far, but it's not you. It's like everybody else on the road. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like for New Year's Eve and stuff like that. I don't know. I just get nervous sometimes.
Yeah, ours just depends on if our son's going to be in town, and
Hmm.
then kind of make plans around that. So,
Good.
what's everybody else
Yeah.
doing?
What's everybody doing for New Year's? Anybody have any plans? I'm like so thrown off with what day it is. You know what I mean? Because with Christmas being on a Monday and then New Year's Eve, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Random. Thank you so much. I love to share the pictures of my hikes and my mountains and all that. I don't know. I just get so like I'm proud of that. So I'm like, oh, I got to show the people I love.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I see pictures and I'm just like, oh my God, like so beautiful, you know?
Yeah, it's where we live too. I love it because when I open my front door, I'm facing right at the mountain. So I walk out to that every day. I love it.
That's so nice. I know it's such a different terrain from like what I'm used to. You know what I mean? Like I say all the time, if I was away from the water, I don't know what I would do, you know?
Hmm. Me and Random were talking about that one time, how we would love to live near the ocean.
Oh my God. It's like my Zen. I can't live without, I mean, it's just, I don't, it's like everything to me. It's everything. I don't know what I would do without it.
Hmm. Chuck, it's never too late for coffee. Me and Cindy were just talking about that. We can drink a cup of coffee and go right to bed.
We literally were just talking about this. I like, oh my gosh, I brew espresso and like it's like rocket fuel. And I have to like let my husband know. So like he's like come home from work one day. He's like, do you get different coffee? And I was like, well, sometimes I would mix it with like the regular coffee, like a flavored one. And I would put like the Cafe Bustelo or the Mexican espresso that I get. And I was like, oh, it was just straight espresso today. He goes, oh my God, my heart was beating so fast and my hands were shaking. And I was like, oh, I gave you rocket fuel today. Sorry.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
drinks his
no, I'm
he drinks his black a lot of the time, so he doesn't even dumb it down with, like, sugar or creamer or anything, so,
yeah, I don't put sugar. I
mm,
just use cream, but I love my coffee. If it doesn't
um,
have the taste of coffee, I can't do it. I has to
yeah,
taste like coffee.
yeah,
You
definitely
know what
for
I mean?
sure. I mix mine up a lot, you know what I mean? Like, and I have, I do iced coffee in, like, the summer a lot of times, and sometimes I like it in the winter, but I do love I like my drinks either, like, ice cold or, like, if it's a hot drink, I like it, like, super, super, super hot where it, like, burns my tongue almost, you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yep,
So
same here. I love it, love it, love it.
Court, you know what's so funny? We were gonna come in, like, to chat in your live because I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were going live." I was like, "Oh, well, then let's just wait and, like, see what see what's going on." So, we were just kinda hanging out, Melissa and I were talking, and we were just kinda poking around YouTube and whatever, and we were just catching up because I hadn't talked to her at all today, so and then we had been talking about wanting to go on tonight, but it was like everything just Bobbles was on, like, lead I think she's still going, actually.
Oh, is she?
So Dave, have I been to Canada? I don't know. I've been um like a couple times, but it was a long time ago. I don't know if it was Toronto or not. I can't remember. Oh no, it's okay, Court. We didn't really have a time set. We were kind of like, well, like I was waiting to see if like Bobbles was gonna kind of like end because like I wanted to be in there a little bit, you know what I mean? So We were just kind of back, Melissa and I were back and forth, and she was doing stuff with her family, and then she got company. So we were just kind of kept pushing it back a little bit. So no worries, no worries. Oh, that's funny, Chuck. Yeah, my grandparents were the same way. They were exactly the same way, like not even like just regular straight up coffee.
That happens to me a lot random. Like I'll go do something, I'll come back and the live's ended. I'm like, "Ah, I didn't get to say bye to nobody." I always
Mm,
feel bad too. I'm like, oh, I'll
um,
see them again.
um, we got 10 people in here. That's good. I mean, it's, like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it was a good birthday, guys. I was just a little bummed that like certain, communities that I go to like didn't come in. Like I don't know, in my
Let's
opinion,
talk
it
about it.
shouldn't.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about it.
like it bothers me because it shouldn't matter where I'm at. Like if you're my friend, I would think you'd come in and say, "Hey, Melissa, just stopping in to say happy birthday." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I mean, I show love to people, I feel like, and I feel like I that's all I ask for back. And I don't know, some people didn't come in and just because of where I was, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any other reason why they wouldn't have.
So like what happened if and it's funny, I didn't even know a lot about this until after we were done with our live last night, and like Melissa and I were chatting afterwards. And I guess when we were live last night, we had scheduled, well, I'm sorry, we had planned this. Melissa asked me over a month ago if I would do this with her because she was really intent on wanting to celebrate her birthday with like all of us, but also because a lot of it was the fact that it was like her 11th birthday, like being sober, and like that's a huge monumental like just feat in and of itself, you know what I mean? And
Right.
so, and we believe the same way. Like it's funny how we're so similar. Like birthdays to us are important. They might not be important to everybody, but they're very important to us because of things that have happened in our lives and the fact that like life can be taken so quickly from people. And so we were just thankful that we're with our families every time like a birthday comes around. And
Right.
so she had asked me if we could do this, and I said absolutely we can. And so we had been planning it, and then we started talking about it. We started letting people know about 2 weeks ago that we were going to be doing this. And then
Can
I
I
don't.
respond to Court real quick?
Yeah, go ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead. Sorry.
Court, you shouldn't feel bad because no matter you were
Oh, you were
having a
here, Courtney. You
yeah,
were.
you were having a bad night last night for whatever reason, but you still made the effort to come in. That meant a lot to me.
She's
So
not talking about anybody here.
yeah, you should not feel bad at all. I appreciate the people that were here and showed love no matter what. So you had nothing to feel bad for and
No, nothing. No.
and random, I was
Mhm.
very disappointed too. I was like, wow, but
Well,
I
we were
was
talking.
happy with everybody that came in, though I love them for that.
It was. It was interesting. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Oh,
No,
the
it's okay.
real DJ Fruit Loops. Thank you. Our day was good. Thank you for popping in, DJ Fruit Loops. I like that. I
Oh,
like that.
poor Chuck. He had surgery on his birthday. Oh my
Yes. How you doing?
gosh.
I know. How you doing, Chuck? Are you feeling better? I know. It's crazy.
Oh, poor guy. I hope you're
Um,
healing well.
No, birthdays are important. No, anybody that came in to like say hello, like that, we're not talking about anybody here. We're gonna get into it in a second. Like, and we're not trying to no, we're just gonna say what the fuck we mean because you know what? I'm tired of it. So, like, anyways, we plan to do this. Okay. We plan to do this live, and that's that. Okay. Melissa had asked me a while back and everything. I put out the notification. I was it's funny, I never do thumbnails for any of my lives, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna learn how to do, like, a thumbnail." So, like, I was, like, taking a stab at making a thumbnail for it, so I sent it to her in the middle of the night. She's like, "Oh my god, how long have you been up?" I'm like, "No, I wanna get this done so we can, like, really have a fun." I was like, "Do you like this?" She's like, "Yeah." And we had been talking, like, we're gonna do a little trivia, we were gonna have, Random was our surprise guest last night, so that was really cool because she had never been on anybody's panel before, and she's friends with Melissa, and she wanted to do that for her as well. So we had all these kinds of things planned, which we did do, which was fantastic. But it was like less than 5 hours before I went live, and Melissa, you were still working, and you got a text message
Mm-hmm.
um, from Sharon. And it was
Mm-hmm.
basically like, "Oh, hey, I don't wanna step on Cindy's toes, but if you wanna come to" right? Is that how it went? Or you can say it, because
Yeah, she just said that if I didn't mind coming on and saying hi to the chat, and I absolutely wanted to, and I got why she wanted me to because she made that special announcement telling me happy birthday, and so many of our people went in there saying happy birthday, and I was like, absolutely, I will, but I didn't realize ours was going to go over. Um,
Well, you had
but it
said if you
did.
were done in time, but,
Yeah.
like, the thing of it is was that, like, we were scheduled to go on at 10, and you know my lives, we'll go at least an hour, if not more, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hers only go for an hour, and she went on at 10:15. I mean, what does that tell you?
Yeah, a lot of people left, and just I was like, wow, really? Like that was it hurt my feelings, I was like,
If she
why would
really
everybody
wanted to
think?
if she really I mean, in my opinion, like, you can it's I wasn't upset that she wanted to do that for you. It was like a stab to you that she went on exactly when we had just gotten on, you know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
she made a comment, like, basically like, "Well, I guess Melissa's not coming." It's like, you never promised that you'd be there. You wanted to try to get over there, but, like, she went on at exactly the same time, and it's like, why couldn't she have gone on at like 9:30 so you could have gone and said hello to everybody there beforehand? Or you know what I even said too? She's not blocked on my channel. Like she could have had everybody come over and say hello and happy birthday to you to support you, and then she could go and do her thing. Like nobody would have gotten blocked. Like you guys know how I roll. You know what I mean?
I
Like
I
it could have
honestly
been
would have
handled
loved
in
that.
so
Like
many other ways, but it took away from you being able to celebrate and like we were doing like fun things and like it just was you know what I mean? Like it was just, oh, I go on at 10 and she goes on at 10:15 and she expects Melissa to be there. Like what kind of shit is that? Excuse me. Like that's just
I I honestly, I would have loved to have seen, like, as much love as I have for Sharon, I would have loved to have seen Sharon come over there and do that, or tell everybody, "Hey guys,
yeah.
let's all go over there and
See,
say
I
hi
would
and
have
happy
never I
birthday."
told
I would
yeah.
have, you know
I
what I
had to
mean? That's
talk with
I
my
would have
mods
loved
ahead
that.
of time. Yeah, I talked with the mods ahead of time and I said, no one gets blocked. Everybody is welcome in as long as they like behave accordingly. Like no one's on their own agenda and no one's on any kind of like fuck shit, basically. You know, that was it. You know, I say that all the time. Everybody is always welcome until they're not. You know what I mean? Because that's on you. That's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was
I'm not gonna lie, it did. It hurt my feelings, but,
Dave, you don't need to
what
worry
can I
about
do?
what state I'm in. Trust me. I promise you. Thank you, though.
But I don't want everybody, like, that was here last night to feel like I didn't appreciate them, those that did come in and do that, like, thank you guys. It
Yeah,
meant
no,
the
no,
world
no,
to
no.
me
We're
that
not talking about
you
any of this here. We're not.
celebrated my sober birthday with me.
No, it was
That's why I
really.
say, Court, do not feel bad. You were having a horrible day and still came in. That meant a lot. But it did hurt because a lot of people left, and I don't know. I guess was expecting too much. Like I was expecting that people would come
I
from
don't
over
think we're
there and
expecting.
say, "Hey,
I don't.
happy birthday,"
Right.
something, but they just didn't. You know.
Well, I think that Chuck, Dave, I really couldn't tell you if you paid me. That's great. I love you, Chuck. Oh my gosh. Well, the other thing is that like, I mean, I don't pay attention if she's going live or not because we had this scheduled and it didn't matter to me.
Yeah, I we
But
were we were on our own live. I didn't even know
we
that
didn't even
it had
right.
ended, and I didn't make it over there.
And then I got a text message afterwards, and I didn't even realize she was talking about. Well, she did a whole. The other thing was that she's doing a whole commentary on me like, to take away from like, Melissa and I are friends, and Melissa's friends with her, but, like, she takes away and she does all this, like, fuck shit towards me while Melissa's on my panel to celebrate her fucking birthday, and then she's like, "Well, I guess, Melissa, you're not gonna be here, but that's because I was talking about Cindy." We weren't even listening to her. We didn't
Yeah,
even know.
I didn't even know. Like, I
We had
mean,
no idea.
I made it
But,
clear
like,
from the get,
who
like,
does
I
that?
love Sharon and I love Cindy like that. I would have, what I mean, I would have, I just I would have went there, and I would have thought they would have went there for me too, you know?
People feel very torn, and they shouldn't feel very torn, and they're not feeling torn because of me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they would have gotten scolded and yelled at if they were over here first or for a certain period of time. I'm
And
telling you.
it's so sad. Like, it
My
shouldn't have
you're
to
my
be like
people, you're not their
this.
people. Like, I'm not fucking possessive and I don't own you guys. You can go where you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Melissa. Like, I know you're trying to be very, like, polite about it, and I am too, but, like, it bothers me for you. Like, my stomach was in knots when I found that out, and it wasn't until after we got off live, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, really?" Like, and then she wishes you a happy birthday, and she posts her fucking Cash App, not yours. I mean, come on, bitch, really?
I
Yeah,
was really
okay. See,
excited to show my family too. Like, I was so my daughter called me in the morning, and she's like, "Mom, how'd it go?" And like, I didn't want to, like, I just said it went good because
it was
it
good, it was
did. It
wonderful.
was really good.
Yeah, but it
But
could have been better
could
had
have
she
been,
not
yeah.
sabotaged it. That was a deliberate move on her part. I'm sorry. You guys can think what you want. You can tell us what you think. No, Corey, you're good, baby. You're good. You're good. Absolutely. No, she goes, she should have been on. Well, you know what, Court? Here's the thing. You have a birthday coming up, and so do I, girl. So we can sing happy birthday to each other. No,
And
we can.
you, no matter what, Court, you were here. You came in here
Yes.
and, you know,
Yes. We never get mad if people can't come. It's the fact that we know they're around and we see them in one place and not in the other, even just for a second. They couldn't come in, give a thumbs up, shoot her $5 on Cash App or something like that. Anything, anything. You know
I've
what I
seen
mean?
people too in chats of that I didn't like, but I would go in there and say something to them no matter what. You know what I mean? Like even, um, I don't know, on so many of them, and none of them like did that. I was like, the ones I thought would didn't, and I
But
was like, wow,
that's because of, well, you know, the timing. Had she, I mean, I
right,
watched the numbers drop. I watched them drop and then I watched them go back up. When she went on, they dropped. When she got off, they rose right back up, you know?
yeah.
Um, and we had a lot of people in the bushes from like other places. And I'm like, you guys are more than welcome to always come over here and chat. I'm like, I don't ever think like you don't ever think I think you're trolling. I'm like, it's just, everybody's good until they're not. And if you guys, that's it. That's been my only rule. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Like even KFC, me and KFC, we had an issue one time, but we've been, really good. And I actually grown to have love for KFC, but even KFC, like coming up and singing happy birthday. And she
oh
was
my
like
God, yeah.
shy and nervous and she still did that,
Yeah.
and Scout coming on panel for me, like random, like, wow, you know what I mean? Like that's when you realize who your people are.
Oh, Court says she posted some guy's birthday live that she never talked to before, but he was so sweet. Oh, good. See, you know what though? Like that's the thing. Like we're not saying like we're not complaining, but we're just saying that it happened because of very on purpose circumstances. You know what I mean? So Sharon knew that we were going on. She texted Melissa these things. Like she's like, well, I don't want to step on any toes, but and I know you're gonna be over at Cindy's. And it's like, then why? But you are, because by saying that, you know exactly what we're doing. And you're going on 15 minutes and you're only gonna be on for an hour because we know how she rolls. And fuck that. That was a non-purpose thing.
And I've never put something like a Cash App up or none of that. I never even had a
Mm-mm.
Cash App. I just created it because everybody's
Mhm.
like, yeah, you
Yeah.
should do that, and then I go and create that and all that. But I've never I don't ever
We
ask
don't
for
like
anything
yeah,
or here or
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I
I don't
know.
know. It was,
And
yeah.
it feels hurtful because it was it was the magnetic pull, from her was very great, and it was definitely not she can go live whenever she wants. You know what I mean? Like Melissa and I were working around, okay, like I was at work all day and then I wanted to come home and I had to do a couple of things. She's working around like her work schedule, her like children and grandchildren. So I said to Melissa, what time works for you? I'll make any time work. I can always accommodate. And she was like, how about we do like, or like 10 o'clock Eastern time? I said, perfect. I'll make it work. And if you need to push it back, if you get stuck at work or whatever the case is. So she told me what time worked for her. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I was just trying to be as accommodating as possible.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I asked because I had things that I was doing and yeah.
Oh, but yeah, she did do it on purpose, random. Thank you. Thank you. That was a very on purpose move. Courtney, exactly.
It's okay, Court.
Remember, Court, how many times she went live? Like when this is what all started the shit with her. Like she would go live like 15 minutes after we would go live. She did it to you a bunch of times and you called her on the shit. She did it to me a few times. And I'm like, okay, this feels really weird. Like what is going on here? Like, you know what I mean? Like it was a very strategic move. And listen, I don't really care, but like don't be in the background
Even,
like
I have to,
like
I,
pointing your
I
finger at, you know what I mean?
I have to say, like, I don't go to Bubbles chats or none of that. But I've even seen Bubbles put people's cash apps up on their birthday and they're not on our panel. You know what I mean? They don't go up there. And I was like, dang,
Yeah, she used to do a birthday thing a while back. Like she'd say, I'll post your like we'll do a birthday, like we'll celebrate your birthday or we'll acknowledge it. Like she used to do that when she used to host with JC
hmm
Bear back in the day. I
Yeah, like
remember she
even if
used
they weren't in her chat, but they were
right.
somebody that go, you know what I mean? It's that friend of hers, she would still post that. Like, so I don't know. I just expected too much, I guess.
No, you didn't expect too much. You expected the norm and it's hard because you wanted you wish that everybody could have come. And I know how people feel. Like, I'm sure they feel torn, you know, and they don't
Right.
want to get yelled at or scolded because they came over. And then on top of it all, you're live with me and she's bashing me the entire time. Supposedly, I haven't listened to it, but that's supposedly what went down over there. Like, that's really
I've
cool.
even went into chats of people that can't stand me to defend certain people that I
Hmm.
love and care about, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I knew
I
I was
mean,
gonna get heat for it, but I still did it, you know.
because we do the right thing, and the right thing isn't always the easiest thing to do.
Right,
That's called adulting, also too.
right.
Something some people don't know how to do. You know?
You do that for people that you care about, you know.
Yeah. I
Like I
mean,
said, I
yeah.
know random
No, because even
outside
a
of here,
mutual
and I went
respect. I
into
mean, like, I don't know. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I did that because I know, like, that's my friend. I'm gonna back my friend 100, and I know she would do that for me. I know you would do that for me, you know. Um, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Like
I'm
I think
sorry. I really feel bad. Like, I feel bad because I feel like it was done to you because of me, but like, it wasn't. Like, she just needs to fucking be a fucking adult. You know what I mean? Like, get your shit together and stop acting like a kindergartner. Like, even when I was in kindergarten, I think I probably behaved better than that. I'm sorry. Like, that's just wrong. It's just so fucking wrong, you know? And it's like under the guise of, oh, but I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Well, then you could have done it at any other fucking time. And by the way, your birthday was not on Friday. It actually was on Saturday. So we did it a day early. And like, she wouldn't have even probably remembered, not for nothing, in my opinion, that it was when it was really your birthday, had she not seen that. That's just my
yeah.
opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry. You know, and I feel bad because I was like, oh my God, because she's coming at me because she's mad at me. But I haven't even talked about her. I've left it alone. I haven't even been on for over a week. So I thought she only goes after people that are going after her. So why did she have to talk about anything? Because I went to Bobbles? Well, go fuck yourself. I can go wherever the fuck I want. And I
Right.
still didn't say anything bad about her. And I still didn't say anything bad about her. I just said she needs to be forced into going to rehab because she ain't going to do it on her own. I mean, I'm speaking the same language as anybody else out there that can friggin' see. Even Stevie Wonder could see it, for Christ's sake. I'm sorry. It makes me mad. It makes me mad for you because we try to be so fucking understanding. And then all we ever do is get criticized and fucking like stepped on. So no more. I'm not doing that anymore, you know?
Well, and I had such a horrible fucking day. Like you and Random know about it, you know. And so I was like really looking forward to this after what happened with you know what. And so I
Hmm.
mean, like I said, the people that did come, they made
We
it
did have a lot.
special
We did
for
have a
me.
lot, but there was a big influx at one point in time, you know? And that was a very, like I said, it was a very on purpose type of thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Court goes, it's getting weird. Why? What's going on? Am I missing something? Oh no. Am I missing something in chat? Um, no, Random, you're good. No, I'm glad we're talking about it. That's why I said to Melissa, I said, let's finish, like, let's do a birthday recap. Like, let's touch base, let everybody know. Like, I wanted to thank everybody. And I said, you know what? Like, let's just go and do like a quick live today at some point, you know? And
Hmm.
because guess what? I'm allowed to talk about how I feel, and Melissa's allowed to talk about how she feels. And if it hurts somebody else's feelings, like, it's not intentional because we're saying how we feel, you know?
Yeah. Have a good night,
Well,
Chuck.
happy New Year, Chuck. I
Yeah.
hope you're
Happy New
feeling
Year to you
better. I
too.
hope you're feeling better. Hey, Chuck, real quick, how are Kels and Murph doing? I haven't like I go over there once in a blue moon when he does
I hope you feel better, Chuck.
nostalgic breakfast. I haven't been over there in a while though. Oh, Joy.
Yeah, I agree, Court.
Court. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. It is. But Court, here's the thing. If it's not said, a lot of people wouldn't realize it because it's a little bit like sneaky, you know what I mean? And like so it has to be said. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, Random.
Yes, thank you. Seriously, for 2 hours weekends, and we didn't plan it to be 2 hours, but you guys know how we do. Like, we get into an hour, and then it could go an hour and a half, and sometimes it's 2, but it's usually no more than that. But we were having a good time. We were laughing. Oh my god, we're doing the numbers trivia. I couldn't keep up with the numbers. Like, we were
Yeah,
laughing.
it
Oh
was fun. It was, yeah.
my god. But, and that's okay. I mean, it's just, I was more upset for Melissa, and I was like, this is somebody that's supposed to be your friend and that's crying to you about, "I need you over in my, blah, 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 blah." Melissa's like, "I'll be wherever, but, like, these are my stipulations, you know what I mean? And like you've set your stipulations, like I don't need to be over there if you're talking about other people that I care about and you're bashing them, you know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
that's
It's just awkward because
mhm,
like I've gotten to know people on here that I care about, and vice versa. Like I'm not gonna go sit in a chat where they're bashing Sharon. I'm gonna make it known. Like you know what, it is what it is, but I have love for Sharon. You know what I mean? I have a lot in common with Sharon, more than people probably realize. And so I'll forever have that no matter what. But I also don't want to go somewhere where people that I care about too. Like I know you outside of YouTube.
we've
I
known each
know,
other a very long time.
yeah, you know what I mean? And then to sit there too, like what does that say? That to me, when people are sitting there bashing people, like I've seen people, for instance, sit in your live, Cindy, and sit here and chit chat with us and heart us and this and that. And then I
Mhm,
see them go and sit in Mary's live and
mm,
listen to Mary bash
mhm,
us. And it's like, the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? How do you do that? If you have love for people and you care about people and they're your friends, how do you sit in there and listen to that? I don't understand. And I've seen several people lately in your life that do that.
mhm,
I know how I look at them. I don't want people to look at me like that. You
right.
know what I mean?
Well, it
And so
doesn't
I don't
feel
get
right
that. Like I'm
because you
not
have
going to go,
morals and ethics and values. You have morals and
right. I
ethics and
feel like,
values. Yeah.
right. I feel like sitting in there, I'm like, I, I'm, I'm part of it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be looked at like how I look at some people, and I won't say any
Absolutely.
names, but
Well, that's why
they
we
know
pay
they
attention
know
we
who they
pay
are.
attention to a lot of things, but we don't always say it. Oh, thanks, Chuck. I'm so glad you came in, and thank you for subbing to court. I'm so glad that you did. Thank you. Um, oh, good. I'm glad that they're doing well. Chuck is related to Murph. You know Murph and Kells. Um,
Yeah,
he,
yeah.
he's related to them, so he
Oh,
knows.
do they still do their cooking channel?
I haven't seen her do it recently. Whatchamacallit, Murph does the nostalgic breakfast on Sunday mornings, and he plays like old school music from like the 80s, and he mixes it up. It's so much fun. Like I love going over there. I gotta find their channel, and I have to post it sometime so I can
Yeah,
share it.
I like them. I met them on um Tommy D's. It was on Tommy
Tommy D's.
D's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like Frank's or whatever. No,
Hmm.
Courtney, you can totally share. Absolutely. Don't, yeah, no, please. Thank you. Um,
Like Tommy D's a good example.
okay.
When Tommy was bashing Sharon, I was like, man, I like you, Tommy, but you know
Me
what I
too.
mean? Like, I have love for Sharon. I'm not going to just
I
sit in
backed
there and listen
away.
to that. And I
Hmm.
backed away. I backed
Hmm.
away. I
Yep.
haven't been in there. You know what I mean?
Because
I
they
still
had their
like
beef, and I
Tommy,
didn't
but
like that.
I
I
don't
didn't
want
like
to be a part of that. Right.
Well,
So, I
they
mean,
started in my very, very, very first live. If you go back to my very first live, like, that's when one of her channels was down, and she was like, "Oh, can I come on panel?" I'm like, "It's literally like my first live. I had no idea what I was doing." Barn was helping me like navigate like StreamYard and things because it's very daunting. You're like, "Oh my God, I'm so nervous as it is, but like I don't know how to do this." And she's like, "Oh, can I come on your panel?" And I was like, "Yeah, but give me a little bit. Like, let me get used to like what I'm doing, blah blah blah." And Tommy was in the chat, and I was always a mod for Tommy D. And then she comes in, and I was like, Tommy, don't start, like, please, you know what I mean? So there was already beef between them in my first live a little bit, you know what I mean? Just in the chat, like,
hmm
Tommy, don't start. And she comes on my panel, and you know what she does? Instead of like congratulating me on my first live, you know what she did? My channel's down right now, but here's my Cash App, guys, if you want to help me out. I'm like, what just I was like, I looked like a deer in
mm,
headlights, and I'm like, what just happened? Like literally on my first live. And I was just like, okay. And like, I don't want to say anything. I was like, it just took me by surprise. Like, it wasn't like, congratulations, Cindy, on your first live, blah, blah, blah. So I really shouldn't expect much more at the end of the day because it's indicative of her past behavior. But like, that was one time where I was like, I looked back and I'm like, huh. I'm like, that was kind of shitty. You know what
right.
I mean?
Right.
So,
And see, back then, like Tommy couldn't, I don't know if he did get mad at me, but he couldn't get mad at me for going into Sharon's
mhm.
because she wasn't in there bashing
He would
him.
never
And
get
that's,
he would never get mad at
yeah,
anybody for going in there. He wouldn't. He really wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he's
like
not
you
like
would, back then you would never hear her bashing him. You know what I mean? So I was like,
that.
he went through his moment where he did her. And that's when I was like, because like I said, I talk to her outside of YouTube like I do Random and you and stuff. So, I mean, what Random just said, I like that. Like, I love
Yeah.
that you're getting to know people and they're getting to know you for you and not through rumors that,
Well,
people in the
yeah.
past have started. And
I think that people
Random's good
sometimes
people. She's like
she
a
is.
solid, solid
Yeah.
friend. And I'm glad that people like Janelle and them are getting to know her.
Well, I think sometimes too, if you have a bad first taste with a few channels on YouTube, it's almost like a PTSD kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember too, a lot of the people in our community, we've gone through a lot of heavy stuff in life. Like, I'm sorry, we have. And so it makes you more emotionally vulnerable. And people can take advantage of that because they see vulnerability and then they like pounce on that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's behind the scenes or it's on YouTube. And so there's just a lot of different caveats, you know what I mean? And um a lot of like crazy manipulation. And so like what happens is like sometimes people fall victim without even realizing it because they're just being their authentic self. And by being their authentic self and they say something that just seems so innocent, it all of a sudden gets twisted and turned around into this crazy, ridiculous like jumble of something else. And like people automatically judge rather than finding out for themselves. If it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest part. But I think people are realizing that there are definitely patterns of behavior and there's cyclical behavior. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
watching the definition of insanity happen over and over again, you know? And we're not like that here. We're just not like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, hey, it's not me. How are you? Sorry if I'm missing you.
Some
But
people like, chat some well, I random, I hope you don't mind that I'm going to use you as an example, but like a certain person put some not true things out there about random like 2 years ago, and random is totally the opposite of that. You know what I mean? Totally the opposite of that. And so I'm glad like people that we actually like and true friends are getting to know her for her, but
Mhm.
it'd be nice if that person, apologized for that, but whatever, but I don't know, I just had to say that because
Yeah.
that's totally the opposite of what this woman is. you
Yeah.
know
hmm
Random's good people.
What was I gonna say? You know, random is great. Sorry, I was just reading something here. It's not that I'm not paying. Hey Mew. I don't know who Mew is, but welcome in, guys. Make sure you
Court,
hit
I yeah, I
hit
agree,
that
Court.
like button on the way in, and if you're not a sub, please make sure you're sub to me and also to Melissa as well. Do I have a mod in here? I don't know if I have a mod in here or not. I can drop your channel link.
Thank you, Court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what, Court? Here's the thing: like we all say it in our own way, and it's not being heard on any level. It's not being heard on, when it's written. It's not being heard when it's being texted to her or spoken to her on a live or any which way. So the bottom line is people are going to do what they want to do, and I'm so tired also too of watching people have this like victim mentality about themselves. And it's not even just here, but it's like throughout the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody's just, oh, they're such a victim. They're such a victim. Oh my God, look at what they're doing to me. Oh my God, I can't believe they're doing. Like, you don't hear us talking like that. It's like, you know what? You want to talk about me? Fine, go fucking talk about me. You know what I mean? But don't fucking go and do that deliberately to hurt somebody that you consider a friend. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
can't be wishy-washy, and you don't do it under the guise of, oh, I'm trying to do a birthday live for you. Yeah, like a couple hours before we were going live and it was posted 24 hours beforehand. I mean, come on, and we were talking about it for weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's
Right.
just it just really got to me. It just really fucking got to me for you, Melissa, and I was like,
Yeah,
no.
no, it did me too. It
But then
it
again,
it,
the
it
people
hurt
that
my
were here,
feelings.
it also is indicative of the fact that who was here is who needed to be here.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
like
and who was here is who those are the people that like made my night. So thank you.
yeah.
Because they made my night. They made me feel good. They
hmm
really did. I was
Um,
showing my family. I was like going over the live with them, showing them all the people that came in, and I was proud.
I'm proud of you too. I mean, it took you a long time. Well, and it also took you a long time to even talk about like your story. You know what I mean? And that takes a lot of bravery for anybody that's going to put themselves out there, like Courtney, like yourself, like you, Melissa. And I know other people have put a lot of their personal struggles out there in different ways. But you know what? Here's the other thing too. It's like, when you talk about how much like, you went through with like when you were in your addiction and everybody's path is different, you know what I mean? During addiction, the after effects, all that other stuff.
hmm
But I'm finding that because there's this narrative of like, well, I'm telling you guys what I'm doing. Like, you guys know I'm using. And so it's like, it's okay for me to behave this way. Like,
Right.
no, like, when did that become okay? Like, well, I'm honest with you guys about what I'm doing. Well, no, you're not really 100% honest, and you don't need to be 100% honest or tell us everything, but you're having this like coy attitude, like you like, oh, because I'm doing that, because I'm honest with you about doing drugs, then that means like I can just act whatever way I want, and I'm entitled to be however I want to be. I was like, no,
Right.
actually
My
make
husband never did that with me. It was like, I don't give a shit what you're doing. It's
Mhm.
fucking wrong and you need to knock it out. You know what I mean? He didn't play around. Nobody, to be honest with you, but people I was getting it from, they always would, oh, you're fine. But my family never did that. They kept it 100 with me and I needed that.
Well, and like even when she was getting um
I do court because like I said, I've always had that out there. Like I will
Courtney,
forever have love for Sharon, and I think that's why it
absolutely.
hurts.
Yeah, she's always going hard for her, and I did too, but apparently I didn't do enough because she was more upset with Janelle and I when she got out of prison that like or jail or whatever that we didn't do enough and we didn't go hard enough for her. But she was less mad at like other people who were like, following her court live and things like that. And I'm
And
like,
Cindy was genuinely hurt over that. I talked to Cindy behind the
"Yeah."
scenes, and she was really, really hurt over that.
Like,
Really
I
hurt.
didn't do enough, like, I did whatever was within my capacity. She even picked apart my live. "Oh, you started out really wishy-washy, but then my people came in, and then you started going strong." It's like, maybe I was waiting for people to come in so I could get my point across and not have
Well,
to.
and not just that, behind the scenes, you were talking to me about
Oh, yeah.
what you were doing to defend her and what you were gonna do and what you had
I
ready to
got
defend
attacked big
her.
time by a lot
I
of people. They're
knew,
like,
I
"Why are
knew.
you doing this? Why?" She's just gonna
Hmm.
because Melissa and I knew her differently, rather than her YouTube facade. We knew her differently, and something changed, and it really made us nervous, and something has changed, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have to grin and, like, just say, "Okay," like, that's it, there's nothing else we can do, and we're wrong
Right.
with no matter what we do. We're wrong for being there, we're wrong for rallying people together, people were wrong for freaking KFC sent her money and put money on her books so she could get food and shit like that, not knowing how long she was gonna be there, and then she gets out and she starts blaming KFC, like, for being a cop caller. Who the fuck does that? I mean, come on.
I wanted to go in there tonight and I was gonna go in because I wanted to go in and thank her and everybody like for the birthday wishes. Um and then
Thank you, Brandon.
I just felt like I'm gonna look dumb, you know what I mean? Because nobody gave a shit enough about me yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
happy birthdays and that, thank you, but you knew where I was too, you know what I mean? You guys could have
yeah.
went over there. And so I just felt dumb and I didn't like the feeling. Like I've never felt dumb going into insurance. If anything, I feel comfortable at insurance. That's where I feel like I mean,
Mhm.
for God's sake, that's where I told my story and I've never told my story. Only
Yeah,
my
Courtney
family knows.
knows. Yeah, I
Do you know
know,
what I mean?
because
And
when
so I felt
you're
awkward
vul you
tonight to
put
just
your
pop in there.
vulnerabilities, you trusted her enough to put your most vulnerable moments in your life out there on her channel, and she doesn't have enough kindness to give back to you in any which way, and it's like, we know she's capable of more than just this fuck shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, it's like, she doesn't have to behave this way, it's like but she chose to, and that was towards you, and you were, like, rock solid with her just as much as I was, whether it was in different ways or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like
I mean I watched it, but like I said, I do appreciate that she told people though, like Melissa did text me, so they don't think I just flaked on them, because I that wasn't my intentions.
right,
But
but you didn't
at
flake
the
on them
same
because it was
time,
never planned. It was like a last minute thing.
right, right.
She was making you feel guilty, like you should go in there. It's like, well, why not just come over to Cindy's and like say, hey there, Like,
Right, that's what I was just gonna say, but at the same time, they knew where I was. They could have
mhm,
popped over there. I mean, I would have felt so amazing that if Sharon herself would have popped in there and been like, I don't care who
she
likes me
totally
here.
could have.
Hey,
She totally could
Melissa,
have. Yeah.
happy birthday. Like that'd have made my night too.
Yes, Random, exactly. Look what Random said here. She says, that was really hard for you to tell your story. I know, but thank you, Melissa. If you reached one person, it was worth it. Yes.
Absolutely. Yep, I
Yep.
agree. That's what I
Yep.
tell my family. If I
Yep.
reached one person, then that's enough for me.
She,
But my main
yeah.
thing for
Mhm.
telling it in there, I mean, I hope I touched somebody, but my main thing was for Sharon. You know what I mean? Like I want her, I want it, and I still want her to know, like it's possible. It can happen. You know what I mean? You can do it. And I want her to know that she has somebody in her life that went through it. And if I can do it, I know she can do it too, you know, because she's been doing it a long time, but I was also doing it a long time too. You know
Yep.
what I mean? I was doing that since the early 90s.
hmm I mean,
And
there were plenty of times. I mean, I had talks with her and I said, listen, if you can find a rehab facility out by me, and like, you know, there's a couple other people that we know, like through different, like our like different channels that like are relatively, you know, somewhat close driving distance, whatever. And I said, like, if you know that you have like solid people, like solid sobriety people, like to support you, like through your journey, like if you can come to like, say, like, you know, a certain area where you have a couple places that you could maybe go to for like a Sunday dinner and go back or whatever it is, like just to make yourself feel normal. I'm like, please, like eventually, like we could get your mom like to a facility out here. Like you don't have to stay where you are because you're gonna have to change people, places, and things, you know. And
well,
she
you know,
just,
and they say too, a lot of addiction or recovery places say if you do not have a solid support system, they will not release you
yeah.
because they know how important that is.
They're putting all that time in, you're spending all that money, and
Thank
you're
you
taking
for
a bed from somebody else who really could be putting the work in. You know, it's a lot. It is an absolute lot. I said to her I was going to start reaching out to this other girl that I knew through another community that I had talked to on the DL about things like years ago. Like I reached out to her for some support for something that like a family member that was going through, and I said I can try to reach out to her for you. So I had all these things behind the scenes that I was like trying to put feelers out there for. And then I'm like, but I didn't go hard enough, or she didn't feel comfortable coming into my chats. But no one ever said anything to her.
look what
Like that's
Court
what
just said.
was she
I didn't know that. She did make it sound like I was the asshole, Court?
when last night? Oh, because she didn't go in there? We didn't listen to it. Like I know Melissa caught the very, very end of it. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It's not funny. I'm laughing. You called me and you said,
Oh my God, yay.
you just, can you say, I'm
Happy
sorry.
birthday to me, but here's Cash App.
You too. And then she puts her Cash App up and ends her live. She puts
I'm
her,
laughing.
not Melissa's, her Cash App up. Oh my God.
I'm laughing so hard because I'm thinking about what I told you about what Swiss said to SG when SG was reading Swiss's comment.
You're a broke bitch. No, you're a broke
And
bitch.
Swiss goes, I think you're sometimes kind of, or I think you're a broke bitch sometimes. And then SG reads what she said, and then SG goes, you're a broke bitch sometimes.
It's so funny sometimes.
I could not stop. And then Rourke made it worse because Rourke was laughing really hard.
We said sometimes,
Oh my
as
God.
much as like we get frustrated with people, sometimes they say the funniest fucking things. I'm sorry.
Some of the shit they say, I just laugh. Like I was literally laying in bed. I had to get out of bed because my husband was like making noise, going, you know. It was so funny. You're a broke bitch sometimes.
I know you're
It's like that was her only comeback is
your
to
only
repeat what
comeback.
Swiss just said.
Oh my God. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Oh
I'm
my gosh.
sweating. I'm laughing so hard.
That
Oh my,
was fucking hilarious.
oh my God.
She didn't even know what to say back. You're a broke bitch sometimes. Oh my gosh, I just can't.
I don't know.
Sorry, I got off
Sometimes
subject
she has
there.
some of the funniest things to say.
You would have been rolling, Cindy, if you would
Oh
have been in
my
on that
God.
light. It was
Yes.
fucking hilarious.
Look at what Courtney said. I said the exact same thing. Look at what she said. She goes, like, no, she should have timed it around you on your birthday. She goes live every night. Exactly. And didn't she ask you, oh my God, why is she going live so late? She never goes live that late. Well, you're like, she's working around my schedule, Sharon. It's my fucking birthday. Like she can go live. Oh, so did I check in with the live police and make sure that it's okay that I'm going in on this time? I mean, that's the thing. I'm sorry. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. And then
It's like
like
trying to
Court
reason
says
with a
that I was
3-year-old.
made out
It's
to
like
look
trying to
like
reason
I
with a
was
3-year-old. Yeah.
the asshole. Really?
It's like trying to reason with a 3-year-old. Like go talk logic to a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old's gonna say, fuck you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna do what I want. That's the thing. She's gonna do what she wants, and we can do what we want. We're trying not to step on toes, but she's purposely stepping on toes and saying fuck you to people. And that's fine. You only have to show me once who you are. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's my fault too for
No.
like thinking that, not expecting it. I guess you know what I mean.
Um, I didn't realize what was happening until really afterwards. And so when I really thought back afterwards, like after the fact, I was like, oh shit. Like I had to go back and look because we were just so in the moment like last night, and it was so much fun. And we're so appreciative of everybody that came in. But when we look back on it, I'm like, oh my God, like the numbers completely dropped and then they came back up. Which is good. Like, listen, you can talk about me whether it's negative or positive, as long as you're giving me that clout and you're sending people over. But you know what? Like, you did that to your friend, like who doesn't even really like have her own. I mean, you have a channel, but it's not like, and we don't pimp out our channels like that. Like, she's always making fun of me, like, oh, you're so boring, and you only have so many people, and look at how long you've been on YouTube. It's like, bitch, you know how many other things I have going on in my life? This is my fun thing to do. Like,
Right.
I don't
Mine
give
is
a
not
shit
like,
about that. Like, you're coming at me and you're
yeah,
making fun of me of something that I don't even give a shit about. Like, oh, thanks, Sharon. Like, thank
like
you.
when people go on mine and write shit that has to do with this community, I delete it because that's not what it's about. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I mean, I want to show my fox, my wildlife, my things like that. Like I don't like that when they do that. So
It's called Welcome to the World of Being an Adult and Sobriety and Having Real Responsibilities. It's a little bit more boring than just going on for less than an hour because you got to get off to go get fucking high again. I'm sorry. I mean, listen, if this is boring, then you know what? She's never going to get fucking clean, as far as I'm concerned. Because she's never going to. I mean, I'm sorry. You
yeah,
know, like you said, you got to keep yourself busy. You got to do things. You got to take yourself out of your environment for a while if need be. If you don't have a strong mindset to do it.
yeah,
And I hope she does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope she does. But the behavior is very indicative of not going that route. But that's just my opinion. So you guys can think what you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I get it. I agree.
Yes, exactly, Court. You tried to make her understand how you felt. She said you were being combative. I mean, it doesn't matter if you speak, like if you shout from the mountaintops. It doesn't matter if you're very calm. It doesn't matter if you text. It's like you're walking on eggshells, but no matter what you do, if it's not what she wants to hear, it's not right in her book, Exactly, random. Do not treat us like we're disposable. And that's exactly what happened. I am not your rag doll. I am not your doormat. And I am not your punching bag. That's on you. Sorry.
Right.
I've
Well,
worked
like when
through,
Mary
we've
Mary
all
was
worked
like
through issues in our
bashing,
lives.
when Mary Mary was bashing all of us, and for what?
Ugh.
Because we went in defending ourselves because you were talking shit. Like literally, it was shit talking. Nobody done nothing to you. You know what I mean? You went after our friend, and so we were
Mm,
gonna go in and defend her. And then she starts talking all this shit. Like then too, like I felt weird going into my friend Sharon's chat because she was defending that. Like she was
right.
playing what she was playing, and I was like, how could you be playing that? Like, I mean, I love Sharon, but I don't understand, Sharon, how you don't get that it hurts me when you do shit like
You're
that.
dogging on
And
people
then
that
I'm
were
supposed to
rock
go into
solid
your
with you
live and I'm
for a
supposed to be like nothing,
fucking drunk over
but then
there.
I look stupid. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand
Yeah, didn't you
how that's
text her and
okay.
ask her that? And she says, well, I wanted to play it, but I don't really agree with it. It's like, but you do because you played it.
But you played it, and it hurt those of us like especially like me and Random have been going in there a long time as well. So you know what I mean? Like we all
Mhm.
have, and then you're playing things that people have said on us and then not defend. Like, you know what I mean? Like I defend, like
Mhm.
I will defend my friends, and I can
You
come
absolutely.
across on here like
If
a
anybody
hateful
doesn't know that
bitch.
about you,
And
yeah.
that's okay because I'm defending my friends. But fucking A, man, do it
Mhm.
for me too. You know what I mean?
Yep. But exactly to what Random just said, she says you shouldn't be treated like you're disposable. So you know what? Here's what I do. The second you show me that that's the person that you are, I'm all set with you. And it's not even necessarily if it's to me personally, but it's like, don't think that you're any different than anybody else, because if she does it to this person and this person and this person and this person, eventually it's gonna fucking happen to you. You know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
she just wants yes people. She doesn't want anybody to actually give an opinion, have a caring bone in their body, because also being a caring person is sometimes telling somebody something that they don't want to hear. You know what I mean? And
Right. Look what Random said.
so she was
Did we
getting
defend
really,
ourselves? We're blocked. And that's so true. We had to go do a live
yeah.
so the drunken bitch could hear it so we could defend ourselves because I mean, I don't understand how somebody could be so fucking like you can come across like a big bad bitch, Mary. Anybody can on YouTube, okay? But you look dumb as fuck because you're saying, "Come at me, bitch. Come at how? We're blocked." I don't I don't get like I mean, do we need how can we show you? You know we're blocked. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You're not a badass to be talking shit and
And
not
even if
letting people come in.
and
Because
even if you're not,
I've seen channels, like I've even seen SG have more balls than fucking Drunken Mary because
mhm,
SG will not block some people. I was in SG's talking shit. She didn't block me. She let me talk my shit and she got right back at me, but I wasn't blocked. She let me talk my shit back to
you're
her.
right. You're absolutely
You know
right.
what I
No,
mean?
you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Drunken Mary
Yep.
don't even let you do that. She makes it sound like no, nobody will come here. They're afraid of me. No,
Well,
bitch, you're a pussy. We're blocked.
or that might not be her that knows it though. There could be other things happening
She
too.
knows it. She knows it. You know what I mean? She knows it. She has
Mm,
to know it.
yeah.
She
Well, no, because
I thought about that too,
she
but
doesn't pay attention to her chats a lot of the time as well. You know what I mean? Um, like there were so many times I would go in there when I was like on her, and I would say hello, and I know I wasn't blocked, and I'd be like, Mary, can you see me? Like, because she would like say hello to certain people. She's like, oh yeah, I can see you. Like, but a lot of times she doesn't even read the chat or pay attention to it.
I screenshot it and sent it to you and Random where I said some mean shit to her and not even her chat responded to it because they don't see me. But if I was her and I had a chat or a channel and somebody's telling me, I hear them saying, "Hey, I can't come at you because I'm blocked." I would
Right.
look into it. I'd look and see, okay, let me see if this bitch is really blocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
she knows she's just a pussy and doesn't want people to come in and tell her what she doesn't want to hear, which is the truth, you know. But I have to
um.
say, SG does at least SG has more balls than Mary.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yes. Yes. I mean, especially in that regard. No, she'll let you talk, like if you know what I mean, and she'll let you
Hmm.
say, and she might not agree and whatever, but I mean, she will. She'll allow it for to a certain
Yeah,
point.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she's you know, SG's fucking insane, but she sometimes will like have an adult conversation with you when you're coming at her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, she'll
Yes.
either come at you smart
She'll
ass or she'll come at
she'll
you really
she'll surprise
smart.
you sometimes and really be
Right,
rational. And
right.
that's where I have it's hard because as much as like she and I have gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, there are times where she could be saying something if I happen to be listening or it comes on or whatever. And I'm like, this is the humane side of her that I know. But then it turns so quickly. That's the hardest part. It's like,
Right.
I know that side of her where she can have an adult conversation where she knows like what like going through things in life is like, you know what I mean? But then it gets turned around so quickly, unfortunately, to this victim
Yeah, it
mentality. It's
does.
such an incredible victim mentality, and
Right.
that's what's hard. It's like, you know what? You don't think that other people have been through things? Of course they have. Like, it's always about what did you do for me today, or why didn't you do this? But then it's like if you did that, then you get in trouble for that. So it doesn't matter, I mean,
Even if it's SG going, I've always been kind to you. You know
yeah.
what I mean? She still
Mr. Work.
fucking lets you
Where's
say
Mr. Work?
something and she'll
Where's
say something
Mr.
back to you.
Work? Where's Mr. Work when we need him?
You know what I mean? Or even if she's like, you're gonna treat somebody like this with
No, but
stage
Courtney,
four
you're right.
cancer,
But
she'll still
listen,
say it. She'll still let
Courtney,
you say it.
I know, but Courtney, you're right, because you know what? That's the other thing. Like, we're talking about her in the past. We're not talking about her right now. This was her behavior previously, and I don't even know if you knew her to be like that. But yes, she's very twisted. She was incredibly. I was so mad for
Court,
you.
she is fucking twisted. She is
I was so mad
twisted.
for you, and I also did you hear Melissa and I were listening to this the other night. I was going to do a commentary on it, and I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm not really in the in the mood right now. But um, she mentions Sandy Hook in her live one night, and I simply went in and I said, "Hey, why are you mentioning Sandy Hook?" And she could have simply answered the question like with the context of what she was talking about, but it was
And
like
she's like, shut the fuck up.
she started fucking going ape shit at me, and she's like, "You weren't even there for me, and you were supportive of people trashing my daughter." I'm like, "Wait a minute, hold on a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
I don't,
You got to catch her on a good day for her to let you
no, no,
come in and say
no,
something and
no,
her act
no."
normal. Other than that, you get that. Fuck
She
you,
thought
suck
she thought it
it.
was a she kept twisting it around, and I'm like, I just asked you a question, and you know what? She's like, I'm not talking about children. And I'm like, okay, first of all, back it up. The entire event of Sandy Hook is revolving around children. So when you're speaking about the event, you cannot speak about one versus the other. Like they cannot
Mm-hmm.
be separated from one another. It is about that.
Well,
And then
that and
and
then
then I have somebody in my family who was
mm-hmm.
killed in that massacre. So that means you're talking and you know somebody that has a family member that was killed in that massacre. So indirectly or directly, you know somebody and you speak about it when that person comes in and says, hey, I wasn't mad. I was like, why did you bring up Sandy Hook? Because, and she gets so
Mm-hmm.
fucking butthurt at me. And I said to her, listen, don't get so fucking heated. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, you know what? Can you just let them please rest in peace? And like, not. And she started screaming at me. And she's like, you're the one that's trying to capitalize on it. I'm like, motherfucker, I
Yeah. And
fucking
then she had the nerve. I don't know if you've seen that, Court, but she had the nerve to compare Cindy's deceased niece to her living daughter. I'm like, are
being
you
trolled
fucking kidding me?
or harassed or
Your
something.
daughter being trolled and harassed is nothing compared to a death. What the fuck is wrong with you, crazy batshit lady? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
she
like, but
is
she couldn't,
fucking gone in the head to think that those
but
two
she,
are the same.
like, come on. I mean,
Like, what the hell?
there's shit you've been through in life, and then there's shit you've been through in life, okay? And I'm not trying to say one is bigger than the other, okay? She's talking about an adult child who is really not being harassed because no one's talking about the daughter. No one's saying the name. No, I mean, I don't even know her daughter.
She's the only one keeping it out there about the daughter being
Right,
trolled. She's the only one doing
exactly.
it.
Because she doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
anything else to talk about. But I'm like, why would you not just answer my question? Like, I didn't come at you sideways, but you turned it around like that because you wanted to turn around like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Start screaming at me and yelling at me. It's like, wait a minute. Like,
Did you see what Court said or what Random said about the Bobby drinking? I thought Bobby Ramos had cirrhosis of the liver, but according to Mary,
I
Bobby
don't know
Ramos
anything about
drinks.
this. This is all news to me. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, she said that, and then now she's like
Who said that?
Mary's
Who said what?
Bobby Ramos said that,
Said, oh, said that just,
and then
okay.
yeah, and then Mary tonight was like, yeah, me and Bobby get on great because Bobby has her drinks too. I'm like, what the fuck? So Bobby Ramos is a big fucking liar too. You know what I
Well,
mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to switch it up, but I had to say that.
no, 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 no. I mean, but, well, can you have cirrhosis and still
Court,
drink? I don't even
no,
know.
you can't. That's why I say she's just a big fucking liar.
Um,
That's why she meshes so well with drunken Mary. Court, I agree. The stuff that comes out of SG's mouth is like, what the fuck, man? I just couldn't believe she compared the two. Like, what is
it took
wrong
me a
with
while. Like, we
you?
were listening to it together, and I'm like, did you hear this? Like, and I had to put, and
I
we like, I was
know.
like, she goes, you were like, your mouth was on the floor. I'm like, I asked a question. Like, that's all I did was ask a fucking, like, I can't come in and ask a question, you know? And she
Right.
wonders why people don't come in and talk. Like, I can take it because I know what's possibly gonna, I mean, you just never know. Again, you just never
Mm-hmm.
know.
Right.
So a lot of times I just don't because I'm like, again, I don't need abusive. I was in a situation at one time in my life that was very um emotionally abusive. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but like when there's certain triggers of certain behavior, or there's certain behaviors that trigger certain things, I can't do it. Like I just can't because
Right.
it's just the way that it is. You know what I mean? And so certain ways of like being very talked down to or yelled at or screamed at. Like, listen, my own parents didn't have to yell at me like that when I was a kid. Don't do that to me as an adult. Are you fucking kidding me right now that you're gonna talk down to me like that? Like you're so much better than me. I don't talk down to you. I asked you a question. I treat everybody with respect. You know what I mean? Like fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You know, if you think about it, okay, we see Mary's drinking ass always on the live, right? You never ever see a friend coming and going from there. That's very fucking telling.
What do you
This
mean
bitch,
coming and going from
yeah,
where? The house? The house?
think about it.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has no friends at all. SG's the same way. Like you don't see people in and out of their lives. Like that's very, very telling. Mary and SG are so fucking twisted in the head, they can't be around normal people. Chris's family is probably just used to her crazy ass, but can't
Oh my
stand
god.
it. But I guarantee you that family's probably like, when the fuck are you gonna leave this crazy bitch? I mean,
Can you imagine being a neighbor? Like, because
oh
they live
my
in a condo complex.
god.
Like, could you
I
imagine being the
mean,
neighbor?
yeah, that's just crazy. Like I can't even imagine what his Chris's poor mom goes through with her crazy ass.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But SG and her, they don't have friends. Like that to me, that just says a lot, you know? I don't
Um,
know. The only people I've seen come and going for Mary's is Chris's family, and they're there for Chris. I guarantee you, they ain't there for drinking Mary.
I mean, like, you're not going to see a lot of people on mine because I go on when I don't have a lot of people. You know what I mean? But you would,
Right, but
you
we
see,
know
but
though,
you
like you're
know,
not on like them. You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
Yeah, like when they're live and on, like look at SG. She'll go on for hours and hours, and not one person ring that doorbell. Why? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? When Mary's a drunken mess, which is all the time, you don't see somebody knocking on the door, coming to say, "Hey, what are you doing, girl?" Like, you know what I mean? It's weird.
Right. Right. Well, misery loves company. And it's like sometimes it's like two peas in a pod. You know what I mean? If they're going to fuel each other's fire, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, You know, that's what it is. Yes, Courtney, exactly. Yep. She's talking about I think SG. And then you say, why would you say something like that? And then she lists off stuff other people put her through, like calling. And we weren't around for all that. I mean, this happened so long ago. For like, we believed her that it happened, but we're like, we weren't around for that. And everyone's like, it never happened. It never happened. And now she's saying it's happening again. I'm like, I'm not seeing it happening. It's not happening. Like this is like complete conjecture. Like it's just
Hmm.
convoluted thinking is what it is. It's like you're conjuring up thoughts in your head literally because I'm like, I'm not harassing you. Like I'm really not harassing you. If I'm speaking about an interaction with you or I'm speaking about something that you said about me or something that pertains to my family, like that is not indicative of harassment of you or your family and anybody in your family. You know what I mean?
Right. And
Um,
then did you see when she showed up in court? I'm just here for trivia. Court's like,
no, I
what
didn't
the
see that.
fuck? Like
I
we
heard
haven't
her
even
complaining.
talked.
I see, and here's the thing. I wasn't remember my dad was in the hospital right before Christmas, and then my father-in-law was in the hospital on Christmas. So like I was trying to like say hello to everybody and wish them a Merry Christmas, but I wasn't in
Yeah,
everybody's I
she showed
heard
up in
something about
there.
what
And Court's
happened.
like Court was like, you could see it in her face. Court was like, man, I don't know. We haven't fucking talked like at all, SG. Like she just that just shows you like she's fucking twisted. You talk all that shit and then you pop in there, I'm just here for trivia. Well, bitch, you ain't welcomed.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
like you're not blocked, but I don't feel comfortable with you being here. And if it's my channel, like I'm speaking for Courtney, like if she's saying like I don't feel comfortable right now, like that's her choice. She has every right to do that, you know? But then she's a victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's a
Yeah.
victim.
And then, like she said too, whenever you like make a point to her, she starts bringing up what everybody's done to her. Well, bitch, we didn't do that to you. I didn't do that to you.
Mhm.
So, you know what I mean? She does that. It's like she, like Random said, when she doesn't have a comeback, like she'll start bringing up other shit that people have done to her. I mean,
Right.
they're just and as far as Mary, like she should have came on Humble the other night. Hey, you guys, I it just you know what? I'd have more respect for the fucking bitch if she said, I was really drunk, I fucked up, I'm sorry I said all that. You know
What?
what I mean? But she didn't. She came on here like and then talking Spanish, like there's
Oh, she
no
doubled down.
Hispanic.
She doubled down big time the other
Well,
night.
it's
Yeah.
funny that she talks in Spanish like she's talking in code in her broken Spanish. Bitch, you really think there's not a Mexican that can understand? You know what I mean? It's only white people in the chat. You
Oh
know,
my God.
it makes me laugh. And she was saying like, "Oh, Bobby, I love him. He's my world. I want to make it work with him." Da, da, da. Well, then stop fucking bashing him and his family. Why don't you just calling him inbred and saying Chris was bipolar and he don't take his
What?
meds?
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
she said all that shit. Like
Mm-mm.
you, if anybody's bipolar, it's Mary. Mary, I guarantee you, it's not
I
Chris.
legit stopped listening to her after she did the whole thing to Janelle and she started bashing all of us that one night. I was like, you know what? I'm all set. Like, really? Because
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was like bashing him and his family really bad, and then just comes on the next day all arrogant. I'm not answering no questions. Oh, but you came on here when you were looking for sympathy and cash apps. You know what I mean?
Court, don't put the laughing, crying emojis because you know that's very triggering. You know that that's a big hot button with somebody. I'm just saying. Just everybody put laughing, crying emojis.
Yeah, you should have seen it though, Cindy. The way
Oh
she
my
just
God.
popped into courts. I'm here for trivia.
Well,
like, like court's gonna go. Oh, okay.
yeah, like exactly. Well, yes, like you're taken by surprise and like, yeah.
I should have been in there and been like, "You're a broke bitch sometimes."
No, you're a broke bitch.
That would have pissed
You're
her
a broke
off.
bitch. No, you're a broke bitch.
Per Swiss, you're a broke bitch sometimes.
Oh my God, I love that.
She was like trying to stir the pot, just
Did
popping in
you,
there.
by the way, guys, did you guys see the Christmas video that Chosen One Community put up right before Christmas? It was like I think right before Christmas. Um, did you any of you guys see it on the
I'm
channel?
not
Oh,
sub to her. I need to. Is it a her?
Yes, yes, it's a her.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I
It
used to
is.
be.
She used almost all of us like in the in the video. I want to figure out. I got to figure out how to go to like another tab and then I can play it on here. That's the next thing I got to learn.
I
With
need to go
StreamYard.
back and sub to her.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
know how
guys
I
got to
got in
watch.
sub.
I'm gonna give her a push right here because this was awesome. You literally will pee your pants laughing with how she put it together. It's hysterical.
Okay. Why does that
Like
happen sometimes? Sometimes I'll look and I'm not subbed to somebody anymore. And how does
YouTube
that
will do
happen?
that. They unsub you sometimes for some reason. Yep,
Hmm.
it's happened to me before too. Whether it's a channel that you don't maybe frequent as much, or a lot of times it's just something that they do to like make you resub, which kind of sucks. You know what I mean? They kind of mess with things. But
Mm-hmm.
um, oh my gosh,
Yeah, that's
seriously, 18
annoying.
people. Yeah, hey guys, we have 18 people in the room. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up if you could do me a favor, even if you want to hang in the bush and listen. The bush babies, bush babies. But yeah, the Christmas video is hysterical. I even made the cut. Oh, because Swiss goes, I wasn't good enough to make the cut. So she was like, how come I'm not in it?
What's it under? Just CWC?
It's under CWC. Hang on, let me see if I can find it real quick and I'll put it in here. Hold on.
I'm looking real
And
quick, but I swear I thought I was.
oh yeah. Hang on one second. I just saw your text message too. Hold on. Let me do that real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Just because I need da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, see, I'm not subbed to her. I don't
Here we
know
go.
why.
All right, here we go. That's good. All right, so that's taken care of. And then, hold on. See, hold on. All right, here we go. You guys got. I want to figure out how to do this. Hey, Just John's back. Hang on. I'm gonna share it right now. Hold on, share. Copy link.
Yeah, because I can't find it.
All right, I got it. Hold on. I know sometimes it's hard to find certain ones. Here we go. Ready?
Hey, Just John.
Paste. All right, it should come up now. You guys got to go watch this video. Oh my God. It's the Christmas one. It's so fucking funny. Sorry. Oh my God.
Okay, I just subbed to her. I don't know how
It's so
that's so weird. I
funny.
don't like that.
Oh my God.
I hate that happens, that you just get unsub, but okay, I'll watch it. Well, actually,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
is it on the shorts? On her
I
shorts?
don't know. She might have made a short about it. Hold on. I'm laughing because you guys don't know
Oh,
how
I
funny
see
this
it.
is until you watch it.
Okay.
Oh my God. No, it's under okay, it's under videos. It's the first video. It's the Christmas Eve Carolers Chosen One Community Christmas 2023. Oh my God. Oh. So funny. Are you going to watch it now? Oh, she dropped down so she can go watch it. She's probably going to come back up like dying laughing. Oh, look at random. Oh my gosh. Don't get suffocated in Dove's bush. Okay. No, it's Chosen One Community. Like it's the Chosen One Community channel. Yeah. She says I stay clear of her bush. Probably a good thing to do. That's probably a good thing. Here she is. Hang on.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was going to kick me out.
No. It's okay. It's not. I was like, oh, maybe she's going to watch it. She'll be back. Like she'll be peeing her
I'm so
pants.
sorry.
No, don't
I
be
didn't know it would do
sorry.
that. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to just drop off.
Why are you sorry? Stop apologizing. I'll let you know if I'm mad. Trust me.
But I just subbed to her, so at least I can watch it after.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I'm just looking at the thumbnail for it. It's so funny. Oh my God, it's great.
Discord just called Just Johnny Boy.
Yes, Johnny Boy. That's funny.
Johnny Boy.
Oh, we're the late night crew, guys. We are the late night crew. Well, I'm glad that we got to talk this through. And you know what? I mean, people are always going to feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Like when we talk about stuff, but we have a right to voice our opinions um and state how we feel. You know what I mean? And we don't always get everything right. You know what I mean? Like, but
Right.
Um, there's a lot of for like if you're not a channel owner, whether people realize it or not, there's a lot of for most of us, there's a lot of planning and effort that goes into coordinating all of when we go live, especially if we're doing a panel, especially if we're going to be doing like we did a giveaway last night. It's just getting everybody kind of like on board, like, because there could be certain rules for certain types of chats that you have. And, Melissa and I had been talking about this, and it was like planning a time that was going to be good for both of us. Because mind you, we're working, we have families, children, she has grandchildren, houses, you know what I mean? We had the holidays upon us. We had family, and I had family in the hospital. And then on top of it all, it was also doing it at a time where we weren't going to be stepping on like anybody else's toes, because we always want to be respectful of everybody else. And of course, there's always going to be overlap, and it's never on purpose, whatever, but giving everybody ample notice, but not too much, because if you give people too much notice, sometimes it gives them enough time to plan to troll or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's a
Right.
fine line. So when we put that much time into wanting to execute something that's more than just a random, like, let me get on and rage stream for 8 hours, or pick apart, go on for only an hour and pick apart everybody's soup to nuts, or whatever the
Right.
case
And
is, like, it's different than that. Yeah.
I've been in this community through 3 birthdays now, and this was my first actual birthday. Like,
Mhm.
I was so excited. I was talking about it all day with my family. I
Mhm.
told my husband, "Okay, like, I made his dinner
Yes.
earlier, had it all set up, and then I came downstairs and I said, okay, I'll probably see you in the morning because I'm going to be doing this, you know?"
Yeah.
And
Well, that's the thing. We always do these things behind the scenes for like our men and for our kids. We get everything set in the house so nobody needs anything, because we're the ones that
yeah,
they come to. Like, it's a lot more than just sitting down and getting on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot
right,
more for
right.
us,
We can't just pop on, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, got to do
Right.
all my shit first and then come
Right.
downstairs and set up and chill and all, you know what I mean?
We
And
want the environment right. Like, because we want to be on our best for you guys, like for all of the people that are coming in. So it wouldn't be fair, like if I had like my kids were still up and they're running in and they're like, Mom, I need you to sign my homework, or I need you to do, or I need you to do this real quick for this, or I need help with this. That wouldn't be fair to you guys, and it's also not fair to my children. So it's a balancing act, and we do it pretty well, but we don't do it all. We don't go on all the time, but we do it when we can. And so when we plan to do it, and it was something like this, that's what makes it even harder, because it's like, oh, you're so boring and you're so, oh, whatever. Well, you know what? That's
well, you know,
fine.
and I even felt bad that I didn't make it on there to say thank you to everybody. That I even texted her and told her, that I felt bad and that, if she wanted me to try to come up tonight, but she didn't even respond. So it's like, I don't like taking it out here, but you won't even respond now. Like, I did something wrong. You know what I mean?
You didn't
So
do anything wrong.
yeah,
No,
I
she's
mean,
doing
what
that
the
on
hell,
purpose to make you feel that way, because she knows how you have a heart. You know what I mean? That's the difference. You know,
I
like,
literally was like, wow, really?
mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. But no, I mean, there's a lot that goes into. And it's not all the time, but for a special occasion like this, like what time? I think I was up until 3 in the morning and had to get up and go to work the next day, but I wanted to get it done, was to create the thumbnail for your birthday live. And I was like, if I tell myself I'm going to try to do it on a break at work, I won't get a break, because inevitably something will happen. And of course, I got very busy and I wouldn't have had the time. And I wanted to dedicate the time to put into getting it right for her. And
Yeah.
so I stayed up late just doing that, because I wanted to make sure it was good. And that's my choice. I'm not saying, oh, you guys should come here because of that. But like the things that we do behind the scenes, there's just a lot of like pre-planning for that kind of stuff.
Don't cry, Court. I don't want to make
No,
you feel like you want to cry.
no. I mean, it's just, there's people don't realize, like, when you're juggling a lot of other things, we do it very well. And I'm telling you, like my girlfriend said, you should be in the circus half the time because of how much you juggle. And I said, it's just a lot of mental gymnastics. And that's probably why we're so tired sometimes, or overtired. It's why we get each other, like me and you do,
Hmm.
but I wanted to make it as special for you as possible, and it was. And then when I
Yeah,
found
you
out a lot of
did.
this stuff afterwards, I felt terrible. Like, I was like, fuck me, man. Like, really? Like, I don't know. Because didn't somebody say that she said, well, I guess Melissa's not coming up, so I guess I'm gonna have to do this now. And then she started talking, like, raging and
Well,
talking
I
about
didn't, but
me.
yeah, I didn't, I'd seen that at the
Like,
end where
don't
she was like,
blame,
maybe
like,
she
she
didn't come
blamed
up because I was
you
talking
because so
about
that way she
Cindy. And
had
I'm
to
like,
talk.
what? I didn't
Yeah,
even know you were talking about, like, I would have, I
yeah.
don't know. It's just like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? I don't think she came
Can
up
you
because
imagine?
I'm
Could you
talking about Cindy.
imagine?
Like, I didn't even know you were talking about Cindy. And I would have, went in there to say thank you to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, you know?
But do you like that was almost done like on purpose? So like if you were to go in there and you weren't watching her ahead of time because you knew you weren't watching her ahead of time, that makes me look like an asshole. Like you're in there to say
Right.
hello right as she's like bashing me, your friend. You know what I mean? That was also an on purpose thing too. And I never thought of that until we were just talking about it now, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't
Um,
even know. Like, I was in this, like, listening to everything and thanking everybody for being there, and like, I wasn't.
oh, random said she
I
did
don't
bring it up
know.
tonight, I guess. I don't know. I'm just, I'm like, I haven't watched her. Like I didn't want to watch last night. Um, because I'm like, well, first of all, I don't need to watch you rage about me because I know exactly what I said in Bobbles. And I never said I didn't put her down in any way. I just said she's gonna need to like be forced into going to rehab because I don't think she's gonna do it on her own. That's my opinion. I mean, I'm sorry if that hurts, and I'm sorry if you don't like me saying that. I mean, you call my live stream, you call me boring, and you call me cunty, and you say, "Oh wow, Cindy, look at you now. This is a different side of you. You're showing your true colors." It's like, no, like I'm a human being, and I'm showing you how I act and react when you aren't nice to
This
me.
is how you react when you get hurt and
Pushed. We get pushed.
fed up.
Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm sorry. Was I just supposed to lay down and just be like the yes person to you all the time? Fuck you. You don't think I have a mind of my own? God, you know?
Yeah,
Come
people
on."
they get to a point where it's just like, you know what? You know what I mean? You're human. I mean, that's it, you were pushed to that, you know what I mean? It was brought out, and it's like, and it didn't need to go there, but it did, you know?
Right. Yeah. But I mean, it's like, why would why would she think that that was gonna be a comfortable environment if you were even watching to go in there and wanna but you didn't know that, and we didn't know any of it until we got off live because we're not paying attention. We're like,
Right.
we're just doing our own thing over here. Like, "Oh, she goes live when I'm live." Well, yeah, that's of course, I mean, that's just typical, you know? But
Yeah.
it's not about me, it was about you. It has nothing I mean, I could give 2 shits. Like, if you're gonna be over there, then, like, okay, fine, but, like, I don't need that, on my but, like, for you,
Yeah,
that's what I
you've
was
never
upset.
made me feel like that. You've never been like, well, and
No, I'm just saying
I
I
have to,
felt bad for you because it was done to completely on purpose to hurt you, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know. That's it. I mean, that's
Yeah,
all I have
no,
to
I
say.
agree.
I mean, we're saying it tonight, and then that's gonna be it, and I'm sure she'll do a live about it because she has no other content right now, you know what I mean? Or maybe not because she's doing her garage, New Year's Eve or something like that. I saw something about that, so she's gonna go live from the, not Bando garage.
I
So
think that um how do I say it? I think that talking about it, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I think talking about it, maybe she'll, like, hopefully realize, like, it was hurtful, wasn't, wasn't cool, and I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, I
and
would
I know
think,
you
you
don't wa
know.
I know you don't wanna say anything that, like, is upsetting to her, but you know what? I'm saying it because I'm upset for you, you know what I mean? And I've held back words or I've held back feelings a lot for a lot of different times, you know what I mean, on here, and I'm like, "You know what? I like, just like you go hard for people, I go hard for you." Like, I'm exactly the same way, and so I felt bad for you because you know what? She can slice it and dice it however she wants, but if it looks like poop and it smells like poop, then that's what
It's
it is.
poop.
And that's all that there is. And
Yeah.
everybody else can say, "Oh, no," but no. It was a big F you to you, you know what I mean? And I felt bad about that, and I didn't wanna say that to you because, like, I'm like, I don't wanna ruin your day, like,
No,
you're
yeah,
having
no, I
a
know,
good day,
because
and
I
you did have
know
a
you
great day. You
genuinely.
had a good live, and it was great, but you know what? There were things that were done to definitely sabotage it, and you know what? We needed to talk about it because we talked about it last night after the fact because we didn't even
Mhm.
realize what the fuck was going on during, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shows you how much we don't pay attention to whatever else is going on, you know what I mean? Like, we're in our
Right.
own little world, in our own little bubble here, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yes, random, we did, we talked today, and we were both upset. We talked, like, this morning, and, like I said, I was like "I don't even wanna say anything," but I'm like, I told you my stomach was been so like, when I get stressed out or, like, I'm starting to feel a certain type of way, my stomach is in, like, knots, and, like, I'm just not right, and, like, for
Mhm.
some reason last night, like, was the first time it happened in a long time, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is wrong with me?" Like, I just wasn't right, and I was like, it was my mind, I was trying not to stress, but my body was feeling it, you know what I mean? And it was for you, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. No, yeah, that's
um,
I had, like, a pit in my stomach, like, I had it,
I know.
all day because of what happened with,
But
and
you
then
didn't let it
that
get to
just, like,
don't let
that
that don't let that
That
take
even got
precedent.
worse.
You know what I mean? You're a beautiful person and you had a wonderful birthday and you had amazing support in here. And we're going to continue to have that. But you know what? I didn't want you to have that. And you did. And you did. And, you know, it was like a very selfish move in the fact that she fucking puts her own Cash App up after she wishes you a happy birthday. Not even like pushes your Cash App for 1 second. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, guys, Melissa's Cash App is on the bottom of the screen, just so you guys know. It's hashtag Melissa Meliss. It's 3
Thank you,
S's at the
Cindy.
end. Just letting you guys know in case you didn't see it. But yeah, she didn't even
Thank
have the
you.
nerve to put up to ask you what your Cash App is so she could at least include it in her description or anything. You know what I mean? Like there's so many little things that could have been done. And it's because it's not about anybody but her. You know, my room is for everybody to talk about things and is for everybody. It's not just my room, it's your guys' room, you know? And that's why
Yeah.
everybody feels comfortable coming here that does. And if that's boring to some, then I don't need you over here. Thank you. You know what I mean? And that's not just to her, that's to anybody that says that.
Well, and I wanted you last night to tell people about the game that they need to be subbed to us both, and you kept just saying me, and I was like, when I re-listened to it, I was like, no, Cindy, I wanted you to say you too, but you wanted to keep it
Um,
all about me, so you didn't
it
do
is all about
yours.
you. No, but it was. I mean,
I
that's the
know.
thing, you
Thank
know, it's
you.
not.
I thank you so much for that. You
Please.
did. You kept it all about me, and that made me feel
That's
loved.
just my
Thank you.
nature, though. That's me expecting somebody to behave the way that I would behave, which would be the classy and friendship way to do things. So, shame on me for expecting someone to behave that way.
Yeah.
I have to tell myself that, though, honestly. I mean, and it's hard because they say when you set expectations, but everybody has expectations based on their own behavior. You know what I mean? Their own, like how they think. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
they say, well, don't set expectations and you won't get disappointed. And it's like, no, I want to be surrounded by like-minded people. And
Right.
that's exactly it. You know what I mean? So we gravitate towards the ones that we feel most comfortable with. And then we start to walk away or push away from other ones that we don't. And that's just like a very naturistic thing. It's not a psychological thing. It's just a very instinctual thing, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Like
exactly.
it.
Yes.
It's an eye opener for sure.
Yep. Well, you know what? We got 20 people in here, you guys. It's like, wow, it's 3:15 in the morning. Look at us. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, please, and thank you. Yeah, no, you're right, Random. She could, you know what? It would be minutes of your life that you just couldn't get back if you're trying to prove your point at this, or say your point or talk your point at this point, to her, So save your breath, as far as I'm concerned. Put it into something else, more worthwhile. So
I know my daughter's getting annoyed with me because she's like, you just need to like let it go, mom. Like it
mhm,
is what it is. It happened.
mhm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like,
Valdez, it's just oh, Valdez is here now. You were in the room last night. Actually, Valdez one.
Valdez.
Oh, just hit the bathroom and see you were on. Yes, look at us. We're
That's
just
happened
about.
to me before too, Valdez. And then I get
I
invested
do the
and
same
I don't go
thing.
back to bed.
I do the same thing. I do the
I'm
same
like, let
thing.
me just dip and listen to this.
We probably had people fall asleep to our voices tonight. They're going to be dreaming of Melissa, and Cindy Infinity. Can you even imagine?
Cindy's voice is cozy, so it's easy to just put a blanket around you and get cozy.
No.
Listen to Cindy.
I fall asleep to SG. So I mean, what does that tell you about me? I don't even know.
You know what? I told somebody one time, I was like, I fall asleep to SG, and they're like,
I
how the
do.
fuck? They go, how the fuck do you fall asleep with that hateful voice? I'm like, I don't know, but I do.
Even when I would be chatting in our chats, I would have my earbud in. I'd fall out, like I'd fall out. I'd fall asleep, and then like a couple hours later, I would wake up and she'd still be on. I'm like, oh hey, what's up? Like I just fell asleep for a couple hours.
You can always tell when SG's been on way too long because she starts sounding like this at the end. And you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I was kind to her.
Oh my god.
Her word is like slurring. She sounds like a high pitched cray.
Oh
Like, oh my
yes.
God. But in her
That's right. She drags
voice.
out the syllables and the vowels get dragged out. Yeah,
Yeah, her words get really like slurry and she's
long.
like,
Yeah,
I
they're
was
long.
always kind to them.
Oh my gosh.
I know her so well now. I'm like, okay, she's had a few to drink
That's
and she's tired.
that's allegedly, in our opinion, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, in our opinion. Oh my gosh.
Okay, too. I
She was
wonder
only
how
think
she
about
talks
this, she
about.
was only kind to anyone. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
always that. We were always very kind to you in here. I mean, I called you a bitch, slut, this, that, the other, but I was always kind to you.
You can call me a bitch. You can call me a bitch. Absolutely. Yep. Mhm.
Yes,
You
she
got
does
it.
that. She'll call you all these names,
Oh,
and
yeah.
but I was
Yep.
kind to you.
Uh-huh. Yes, exactly. Hey, Drifter
Hey,
Nomad,
Drifter, how are
welcome.
you?
We're just kinda wrapping up here, actually, so you can listen to the replay and hit the thumbs up and,
Happy New Year to you
leave us
too,
a comment.
Drifter.
Leave us a comment at the end. Thank you. We appreciate that. Actually,
Thanks for staying high.
no, we love it. We love it. We really do.
We love
Yeah.
our night owls.
I know, seriously. I don't think we've ever been live together like this, but, sometimes you just need to do it, and it's almost like I probably won't even stay up till midnight tomorrow night. Everybody's coming back on Monday, so
Oh yeah, that's
yeah, the
true.
kids are away. They're all the kids are gone for New Year's this year, so they're getting older and they have their own plans. So it'll
My
be
husband's my husband's going in the morning. He's driving to go buy some lottery tickets because we don't
ooh,
have them here in Utah. So he's going to go to the border
you
and get some.
don't?
And
Oh, that doesn't
mm-mm.
surprise me. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the closest place to get him is an hour and a half away. So he's going to go buy
What?
some.
That's so
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. And
Huh.
I don't want to go. I'm like, no, I'm just going to stay home and relax. But yeah, he's going to go tomorrow.
Yes, Elle does. We do sleep sometimes. This is like our um, New Year's Eve live stream. This is our wrap up for Melissa's birthday, wrap up of her anniversary, and also our
Yes.
getting ready for New Year's live stream. We had to get some things off our chest. If you listen back, you'll see what we were talking about. So,
That
yes,
is, I slept in this morning. I slept in way late, so I'm not even like
I
tired.
know.
I
I was
just
like,
feel relaxed,
yeah,
you
no, I
know.
did the same thing. I kind of slept in, and then we were just chilling on the couch. Like I said, he had to do a couple um things online for work and everything like that, like certification stuff, and whatnot. And we were watching older movies today. Like I watched what did I watch? Days of Thunder with, remember that movie, the race car movie with Tom Cruise? I
Oh, uh-huh.
watched we watched a couple older movies. We had The Italian Job on. Like we just was like randomly watching like different things, and we were just one of those days where we had the
Yeah.
fireplace on for a little bit, just like,
Have you
um
seen that movie? A Man? Is it A Man Called Otto or is it just Otto?
no, I haven't.
That is such a good movie, Cindy. We
It
watched
looks
it today.
sad.
You
It looks
have to
really
watch it.
wait, I think I've seen part of it.
It is
Oh,
sad, but it has a happy ending.
is
But
it
it's
Tom
sad.
Cruise? Is Tom Cruise the I'm not
No,
Tom
it's Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks. Tom
Yeah.
Hanks. Yes, yes, yes. I have seen towards yeah, but I hate things that make me feel so, like, heavy
It made me
emotionally.
cry.
It's
It'll make
so
you cry.
hard. It's so hard. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
it'll make you cry, but it's
I
got a good
know.
ending.
No, I have seen, like I don't know if I started it and I fell asleep, but I definitely remember seeing the ending of it, but yes, 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 yes.
It's such a good movie. I love
Yeah.
it.
Um, oh, but, like, when I get to sleep, I'm like a narcoleptic, like, I could sleep all the way through, like, he'll be like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you went to bed at, like, 7 o'clock last night, and it's, like, 10 o'clock in the morning." I'm like, "Well, I needed it, apparently, my body was telling me I needed it."
Yeah,
How
yeah.
do you
Oh,
get rid of
well,
your
when
well
I remember when I was taking pills, I mean, I could fall asleep. My husband used to tell me, "Man, I wish I could fall asleep like you can," because he never could. But it was because of pills. Anyway, I would fall
um,
asleep to any movie. I could fall asleep at the drop of a dime and sleep for hours and not wake up once. But that's not the case anymore because I wake up every other hour.
do you
But
really?
yeah, when I was on pills,
I've
I could be sitting
never
there and fall asleep.
I've never been a light sleeper. I've never had an issue sleeping when I was a kid. I think I really learned how to kind of, like, tune things out when I was in college and, like, you're in a dorm room, you know what I mean? Like, when I was away at college, you definitely learn how to deal with, like, noise, light, fire alarms going off, like, partying going on, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that kind of
I, you
prepares
know,
you.
I
Mhm,
remember when I would take pills, Cindy, I would work like graveyard, okay?
mhm.
And so I would, like now when I work graveyards, I'm good after like 6 hours. But anyway,
You gotta get
I
into the
would,
swing of things, though, yeah.
yeah. But when I was taking pills, I would work graveyard, okay? I'd come home at 7, I'd sleep.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, Cindy, I would sleep from like, let's say 9 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
That's just fucking ridiculous.
Mhm.
But that's how
Yep.
well I would sleep on them. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Mhm.
But luckily, Now I wish I could still sleep good like that, but
I know. I do. Even after having the twins when they were babies, like we tried to keep them on the same schedule. I would work at the salon, and then I also worked nights, like I bartended and I did catering. And so there would be some nights I'd go right from working at the salon all day to go bartending or doing a catering job at night, because you do what you got to do, especially when your kids are younger. You know what I mean? But that was also, well, it was a different time then too. They were a lot younger. How do I get rid of my kids random? Well, I think that's the one perk I have to say about being divorced, is that they do go back to the respective exes' houses and then they come back. So even if they go for a day or two, or they make plans with their friends, but they're always here anyways. But you know what I mean? So every once in a while we have a night or two, it's rare that it's like, but we also have a schedule. So like, it's written into like my what is it called? It's been so long. Divorce decree that like certain years are for like Christmas Eve for one, and then Christmas Day for the other, or New Year's Eve for one. And we adjust it as needed. You know what I mean? Like you work within it, but it just gives you a guideline. So it's already kind of set like year by year. You know what I mean? And they're getting old enough now. They're going to start to choose where they want to go. You know what I mean? They don't even have to follow that. They're going to want to go to their friends or their girlfriends or.
Look what Random said. She's like, "How do I get rid of my kids?"
That's what I was answering that. I'm like, well, it's probably the one perk about being divorced is that they do go back to somebody else's house, but our house is never empty. Like there's always somebody here, which is good. I don't mind.
Did you see your text, Cindy?
What? Oh, hang on. Let me see this. Hold on. Hold on.
Me too, Cor. I love kids. My friend owns a daycare, and I go help out there sometimes. And I love the babies. I always go to the baby room.
Oh, I know. Oh man, if I ever, I love when people say, "Oh, I can't come." Like this is when my kids were younger. They go, "Oh, we can't come. We have the baby tonight." I'm like, the baby? Like I had two at once. Like I didn't know any different, but I'm like, I could do that with one hand tied behind my back, blindfolded, and jumping on one foot.
Gosh,
Like,
I don't know how you do it with
because it's all perspective. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I'd rock that in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
It's crazy amazing
So
to me what you
funny.
can do with kids.
It's so funny. Oh, is someone doing a live right now? I just got a text message. I guess someone's in need of attention. Well, we're not gonna give her any more attention, and she can give us attention. So go for it. Yeah. Have a good night. Because we're not allowed to talk about what we want to talk about, right? See, this is when I'm gonna get real fucking facetious, right? Where did Melissa go? Melissa left me. Oh my gosh, I was talking to myself. Oh, here she is again. Hold on.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize.
I will get
don't apologize. Don't apologize.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I seen something that said something, so I was like, "What?" And I went to look at it, and
no, not as she. No, I guess Sharon's live doing something because she needs attention. She's never up this late, but apparently she is now. So, which is fine. Maybe she'll listen, but she won't. She'll just hate.
I think I seen something that says it. It says, "Oh, what is this? Where'd it go?"
See, this is where I don't pay attention to shit. Oh no, I don't see. Hang on. Which
It just came up on on my notifications. I swear it did. No, I don't see it. Why don't I see it now? Oh, well.
Oh no, I don't think so. Hang on.
No.
Oh, here it is. Part 1. My live. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. Oh, whatever. I don't want to even give her.
Valdez is super sweet.
Oh, everyone's saying no sound after her introduction. Oh well, I guess she's getting whatever. What are we talking about? Oh no, we had gotten a text. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Court's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
we were talking in code, and we totally knew what we meant, but no one else knew.
I know, I feel so bad. until I seen that. I was like, I guess it was odd, huh? She's like, what the fuck?
You know, okay, like my ex-husband and I, like when the kids were little, they obviously they know what different words mean after a certain time. It's like you don't want to say certain words in front of the dog. Like, do you want to go for a ride in the car? Do you want like, or do you want a cookie? Because then they're gonna come running. So when we would like make we called them babas or like binkies, and I go get the like we just kind of would like not even say the word. We had like code words for it.
Or we can be like Mary and talk Spanish and think nobody else in the world knows Spanish.
Or like we had different names for different things. So like if it was like one thing, we would call it something else, but like we had to remember what our code words were for certain things. That's what that just reminded me of. I'm
Look at
sorry.
Court. She's
No.
like, I'm jumping around channels trying to figure out what you guys are talking about. Oh my gosh,
This
Courtney,
is
I
the
fucking
this
love
is the
you.
language. See, this is why we get each other. This is exactly indicative of why we get each other. Like we're
we
just
need
both
to we need to add Court in the text message so that she can, you know what I mean, so she's not left out.
oh poor Courtney. I know,
She's like, the fuck
seriously.
are
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
talking about?
I'm scrolling through my phone, not even looking at the fucking chat. I'm sorry, guys. This is what
Fucking
happens.
Court, she's so funny.
Listen, I am not responsible for what happens at 3:30 in the morning on this channel. Okay, I'm just letting you know. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say.
It just made me laugh when she
Court's
seen
still
that.
she goes, hey, Valdez goes, only Court's still buzzing around. Oh my God, it's
Court's like,
hysterical.
what the fuck are these people talking about?
She's dying. She's dying. Oh my God, that made me laugh. What are you guys talking about? We knew what we were talking about. You didn't understand? What's wrong with you, Courtney?
I literally was like scrolling down, and when
We were nothing
like
but
the
kind
first
to
thing
you.
I'd seen was
What's
that.
wrong with you? You can't understand us? Oh my gosh.
She's like, these bitches need to go to bed. What are they talking about?
Oh my God, seriously. I'm so fucking slap happy right now, but that's okay. I know you're right. I got a lot of rest today too. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I slept in really good.
I didn't fall asleep. I just was like on the like we were just lounging around. Like I said, it was a lazy day. But I like lazy days. That's the part of the holidays that I really love. Are like the lazy days afterwards to just enjoy all the decorations and the presents and the kids. You know what I mean? Like that's the best part. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
real quick, have you ever played Melissa? Have you ever played Mexican Train, the domino
Never even
game?
heard of it.
We just got it for the kids for Christmas. It's so fun. It's a like you can sit around the dining room table and play it as a family game. It's
Yeah.
Mexican Train. It's a dominoes game. It's really fun. It's like pretty easy. There's different rules, you know what I mean? But it's just fun. I didn't know if you had ever heard of it before.
I've never heard of it. No.
Yeah,
Me
I'll have
too,
to,
Court. I needed this too.
we did need this today.
I've never heard of it. That's funny.
Okay, all right. I'll have to send you a link for it or whatever. Well, there's different ways you can play. I guess there's like a Mexican way you can play, and then there's another way. I don't know what they call
What's
it.
the Mexican way? You talk Spanish? You
No,
wear
you can
sombrero?
you can be I used to know I used to joke because when I had my Chihuahua, oh my God, my Chihuahua was the best. Like his name was Jack. And Jack Attack, oh my God, I had him from when he was a baby until he was like he was like 14 and a half and he died in my arms on the way to the emergency room. But he became like a family dog. Like when I got him, my dad's like, what are you getting a rat looking thing like that for? And he was long haired, so I'd used to get him shaved down on his body and his head
Mm-hmm.
poofy like a little lion, I'd have the little poof on the tail. But when my mom or anybody would come over, like they were always so used to like in our house growing up because we didn't have like those kinds of animals. We had like fish and shit like that. But they would put their on the floor, and all of a sudden my mother like would go over and she's like, wait, what's this? He would take dollar bills out of her purse. And I'm like, Mom, what do you expect? He's Mexican. I mean, come on now. Like he would take money out of people's purses and tissues, but he would take money out of people's purses. I'm like, how does this dog go into people's purses and take money?
That's so funny.
It was
That
always
makes
our
me-
joke. Oh my God. He was such
Good
a
night,
love.
Valdez. Thanks for
Good
stopping
night,
in.
Valdez. Oh my God. Yeah, that was just like, I knew you would appreciate that. Like, it's not me.
At one time, we had 3 Chihuahuas, and they all had major Mexican names. There was Lupita, Chiquito, and Chiquita.
Oh my God, I
I
want
know
another
my dad would make fun
one.
of us. He was like, "Really? You guys had to go there?"
Oh, I love that. I love that. I think that's so. My girlfriend, one of my clients she rescues dogs. Like one of our dogs now is a rescue, but she has all different. It takes one that has ever owned a Chihuahua, like to know the breed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why everybody would like get mad at SG when her dog would go, "Arr," and I'm like, that's the Chihuahua
that's
behavior.
Farron. Yeah,
You could do nothing, and you just kind of touch their blanket a certain way, and she would say that. I'm like, she's not lying. That's
they're
exactly
very
what they do.
territorial.
They can
Very.
be, they're Chihuahuas. That's what they do. Like they're very bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
They're incredibly loyal, and they're like, but my girlfriend has like, we would talk about it all the time because she rescued all these different Chihuahua breeds or the mixes or things like that. And she said it's the Chihuahua, they call it the Chihuahua effect or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
so we watch these channels where they start growling and you see their lips go up and
Oh
you know,
yeah, yeah.
it's so friggin' funny. And we laugh because we know that that's indicative of the breed. Like it's just how they are,
That's how they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiquita was like that. Chiquita only liked me, and my
Oh,
daughter would. She was littler. My daughter was, and she tried to sit by me. And Chiquita would growl at her, and she's like, I am not fucking." She's like, "I freaking hate how Chiquita thinks you're her mom, but you're not my
mhm,
mom." I'm
that's
like, she
right.
doesn't know. She just was. She only liked me. She was really cute.
Oh, good night,
Good night, Just
Valdez.
John.
Oh, good
Good
night,
night,
Just Chat.
Valdez.
Oh my gosh. Um, she had a couple, my girlfriend had a couple Mexican names or like ones. Like I always said, if I get another one, um, I had a I had a stuffed Chihuahua dog for the longest time. I think I won it at like a fair when I was like in my teens or whatever. And
Hmm.
do you remember when Yo Quiero Taco Bell was like the big
Oh
commercial
yes, yes, yes.
and they had the dog? And so it was like a dog that was kind of mimicking the look of that dog. And I named it Viva. And I always said if I got another little Chihuahua, I would name it like Viva. I love that name, like Viva for a
That's
dog.
cute. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different. I
Yeah.
like that.
So
That's very different.
I always said I would like, and I had this stuffed animal like when I was little, like when I was so much younger, and it was like that. But I miss those commercials. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Look what Random says. She was up late, not drinking.
And if you were, it's okay. But Mary will judge you because she says, I heard Cindy Infinity's and drunk. I'm like, you heard? I'm like, have you looked in the mirror? Like
I know.
it's
Gosh,
3:30 in the morning and I'm not slurring my words.
we're talking right, SG, and we've
And
always been kind to you.
that's right. No, that was
Oh,
No,
Court's
that
going
was
to bed
Mary
too.
Mary.
Good
Mary
night,
Mary was the one
Court.
that said that about me. Oh my gosh.
Mary, that she's a
Yes, just
shit
Sean,
show,
happy New
man.
Year's. Happy New Year's, definitely. Yes, well, we're gonna get off here anyway. So thank you so much. I'm so glad you came in, Court. Like I don't get to like chat with you all that much. I know you're busy, but I tried to call you, I think once or twice at least, and I know it went to voicemail and I've texted you, but I just wanted to check in to make sure you were okay too. Because
I'm glad you're having a better
I
day
was
today, Court.
it's always going to be a better day. And honestly, you want to stay. We were talking about this last night. Like you want to go sometimes like where the positivity is, like where the
Right.
good energy is. Like we talk about real shit. It's not always like the best stuff in the world or like the most positive, you know what I mean? But like we're very real with each other, but we end up laughing at the end of the day because that's just how we
Yeah.
are. So I mean,
Yep.
no, it's fine. I'm just letting you know, like, no, I mean, I'm here, you know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. You're always gonna have a better day for
Yep. Every
sure.
day is a new day to do better and be better.
Yeah, and I think that's the kind of support that we can offer each other, you know what I mean?
I'm glad,
We
Court. I'm
love you
glad you're having a better
too.
day.
We love you
We
too.
love you
And
too,
in fact,
Court.
I'm not gonna say anything right, like, I'm not gonna give any details, but we've been talking a lot behind the scenes, like, as to some stuff that we're gonna be doing on this channel, like, that I'm gonna be doing with you guys, you know what I mean? That's gonna be bringing some new people and new content to the channel that's gonna be a breath of fresh air, but it's also gonna be really, I think, super powerful and motivating, and I think stuff that you guys are gonna like. So in the coming
Yeah.
year, I'm already in the works of planning some different things and taking this, we're doing our own thing, you know what I mean, and we're going to say what we want to say and we're going to do what we want to do, and I am under nobody's puppet strings. I never have been and I never will be, so no one's going to tell me what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go, and if people try to sabotage it, they're not going to, you know what I mean, and it would never
Right.
hurt me. That didn't it was like I said, last night was about getting to you, and that's what really bothered me, Melissa. I could care less. I'm used to it.
Yeah, it did me too.
I'm just used to it because I'm used to that abusive type behavior. You know what I mean? It is. It's a form of abusive behavior in some ways. You know what I mean? And trying to
Right.
poke the bear. You know what I mean? And get a response and get a reaction. And we're gonna do it in our classy way. But you know what? We're taking this in a really positive direction, but it's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to have some good surprises for you guys. So I'm working
Yeah.
on some stuff for the new year.
Some
Um,
real, some raw and real
yeah,
things, and looking forward to some good chats. Like,
yes,
I'm excited for the person that's going to be coming up. I'm excited for that.
absolutely. Me too. Me too. I'm really excited. I'm really excited, and I
That's
want
going
to
to be
tell you
really
guys,
interesting.
tell you because I'm going to keep it a secret because it's going to be that much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to be working on some stuff, over the weekend and mostly the beginning of next week, because it's kind of a slow start to the beginning of the year. I have to have some, oh God, just stupid things done, like catching up on doctor's appointments with me, with the kids, with work and stuff like that, which will be good. It'll be a nice way to ease into the new year. So
And I'm only going to be having, my 16-hour shifts 2 days a week. So it's only going to be Friday
yeah,
and
you're changing
Sundays. And
things up
then,
a little bit too, which is good.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
only going to be Fridays and Sundays that I'll be busy. But other than that, the other days I'll
hmm
be free.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, and then yeah, absolutely. Um, We're gonna talk more. We're gonna do some stuff, and we're gonna collab. And yeah,
And it'll be
this is
fun.
always. You guys can always say what's on your mind. Like I tell my kids, you're entitled to your feelings, and nobody can tell you how you're supposed to feel. It's all in how you handle it. That's what I tell my kids, and that's what I
And
would like.
people ain't blocked here, and they can come in here and have an opinion, and we're not going to attack them,
Nope.
and
Mm-mm.
we're not going to
No,
call you
you're not.
on and then block you.
No, if you're gonna get kicked out, you're gonna get kicked out for a reason, and it's gonna be on
Right.
you. So it's not gonna be because somebody told me to. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
And you guys know that about me. I've never rocked that way. I never rocked that way when I was a teenager. I don't rock that way now. But
Right.
Courtney's birthday's coming up. My birthday's coming up. So we're going to be doing some fun stuff for that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
going
going
to
to be
be
fun.
good. Yeah.
And Scout too. His birthday's coming up.
Yes. Yes. Scout's birthday's coming up as well. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I say that all the time. No one can ever tell you how you're supposed to feel. And no one ever can criticize you for feeling a certain type of way because those are your own personal feelings, but it's just all in how you handle it. So that's my best piece of advice for the new year, you guys. How about that?
Well, thank you. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, beautiful Cindy
Oh, thank
Infinity.
you. You are so gorgeous. Well, happy birthday again. Thank you, everybody, so much for being
Thank
here. We're
you.
going to sign off now. Have a wonderful night. And
And
I will
thanks for
talk
being
to you
here.
guys next year, probably. How about that? All right.
Everybody have a good night. Get some rest. Love you guys. Love you,
Love you long
Cindy.
time.
Love you,
Love you long time,
everybody. Love
guys.
you,
All right.
Brenda.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Love ya.
Okay. Love you. Bye.